I have advantage, but I got a 12.
Hmm.
I don't know why I have advantage. Yeah, that means it's Connor.
And is it the lowest or the highest?
We've been doing lowest recently.
All right, Dan. They
Do
should sound
not
familiar
recall.
to you.
I don't know where we started.
We can do the first half though, because you weren't here for like the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
first half of last session.
That is true.
Really?
Yeah, you had roof problems, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah, I wasn't here for the first half of it.
Well, we
You had a roof. That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
we didn't. I thought we typed down some of these names.
We did, yeah. I thought. Maybe not.
I thought we did.
Rin and Celine were the people we talked to.
Okay, well, anyway, so the first half, we negotiated a deal with the gentleman. He gets a 40% cut of selling the suit, and so he's going to get it repaired, and he's going to find a buyer, and then he's going to take 40%, and then we'll split the rest. So we negotiated that, which is great because you had the two lowest charisma. Oh wait, Tony, you're pretty good at charisma, right?
No, I'm not. That's like my one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then we had the two lowest charisma people negotiating the deal with arguably someone with ungodly charisma. So yeah, we couldn't budge them off of 40%. We tried our best. And then we
39.8%.
And then we chatted up some people. What were their names again, Tony?
Oh, so it was actually 3 people.
Yeah,
it
there's
was
three
Rin the
people.
Loxodon, Celine the human.
Oh, they're up there. Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the turtle who gave us like a sound, but I don't think we ever like confirmed that that was actually its name. I forget what that was. Dresh maybe or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I see that. So yeah, we chatted with those people, and we learned that Celine used to be friends with Clint, who's the Thresh. Thresh. I'll add it. Celine used to be friends with Clint, who was the guy that went missing from the Silent Order. That's what we learned, and that Clint betrayed him. So Celine kind of wants to kill Clint. And then we also met a turtle whose name is Thresh, and he told us that there's a colony of turtles that live in the sewers under Aresi. Arthas departs, and we get his wand. Right, we sell the suit, and then I think at that point you came back because the next part in the notes is we went to Marquette Square.
You went to Marquette Square where you were doing like some sort of like recon stealth, trying to find out what was going on with Montreal. And then Tony and I were walking around the square trying to find Curly. And we ended up finding him, and Scorn went with him back to the hobo hole. And
by the way, have things moved on the map?
Yeah.
For anyone else? Because it's Sareth's Resident, the Lapping Lass, and the Vulnerable.
Oh, wait.
Those are all like out of the city.
They're in the city for me.
Oh, weird. Maybe I need to zoom out.
Yeah, like the Iron Cross District name in the Ironford Academy is where the toast of the town is.
Oh yeah, everything is just moved over. Literally everything, yeah.
Everything shifted to the left.
Not on my screen.
Yeah, not for me. Refresh then.
All right.
Oh,
okay, we're good.
I understand what you're talking about with the music, Jared.
That's so weird. It's all good now.
Okay, so continue, Connor.
Refreshing did him in.
Oh. So I had my mic muted.
Oh, okay.
Forgot. So Scorn went with Curly to the hobo hole, and they did not like him being there because he was just a stranger, and they told him to get out. And that's all I remember.
Uh, we
Back
I,
up to
I, I went to the professor, and that's where I saw the professor was working for Montreal, and his wife was kidnapped. And then that's when I followed Montreal's henchman that led to Curly, and that's like how we all met up. I think that was the only thing. Other than that, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't remember the fact that you learned Montreal is looking for the stones.
I have that in the notes, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
well, you didn't mention it.
He's
I
looking
mean, yeah,
for-
Montreal wants the stones.
looking for
Got
the
it.
Infinity Stones.
It's in the notes. I was just giving a brief overview. Oh, and then we left off discussion at the Thieves Guild, talking with everybody,
right.
and I had the brilliant idea to look at what houses were hit, and it looks like they're going in concentric rings throughout the city, but the most recent happening around the Temple of Helm.
Also,
Now we're gonna see if there's a pattern in the sewers as well.
in
Yeah.
that vein, I have been working hard on. So this started out as a sewer map of an actual city, but then I modified it and I added like the fountain in the center. So take it with a grain of salt. It's not exactly accurate. Like there may not be this many corridors, but I think it makes it a little more interesting, especially during the time. They probably wouldn't have a perfect map anyway.
Right.
So this is... I can't see any of you for some reason.
Oh yeah, I can't see you either. Oh, there you
Okay.
are.
This is an asterisk around a sewer map. This is presumed to be at one point or another some parts of the sewer. Whether or not they're completely accurate is to be determined, but such is the type of information you deal with when you are scavenging for information unofficially.
And would we have this? Is this? Or are you
Yeah,
just showing
so
us this?
Sam asked this for this last week, and I said you would be presented with it. I didn't have it on hand because I didn't expect him to ask.
Oh, right.
Very rarely does that happen, but it happened.
It'll keep you on your toes.
Cool. This is awesome.
I had the map of the city in terms of where they've hit, but I didn't have anything else. So we lost Connor. Are you still here, Connor?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm just trying to fix my Roll20 because it's like super zoomed in, including like it's like half of the cameras pictures are cut off. So
Oh.
I backed out. I'm trying to go back in.
Okay, so you guys pick up. You are just presented with a sewer map. I believe the way I roleplayed it is probably Marianne went to go and get it, and she came back just now. So it's you, Marianne, the gentleman, Boris, and Andrea.
All
She
right.
lays it flat.
Is there any way we can get an overlay?
Yeah, can we get the pattern?
Ooh, that's a
Just
good...
copy and paste it.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can do opacity.
Well, if you just copy and paste the pattern, it should just go right on top, right?
You're talking about the concentric circles?
Yeah.
The drawn lines.
Okay.
Although I'm pretty sure you can do opacity, by the way.
There you go. This is what I
And
did.
Trying to out DM you.
Did I get them all? Hold on.
No, it looks like you're missing some. Missing the top and the right, I think.
Oh, there are a couple.
And the couple on the left. Yeah, but I think there was more.
We can get rid of Giant Scorn.
Never.
Never. This is what this whole mission is about.
What? What is all this for if it's not for the suit? Like, what have we been doing all this for then?
True.
You know, Tony, just because you even asked that, get out.
I'm
You know
sorry.
what? Sarah, we're splitting his cut now just because he asked that.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I
There's
also
no,
clearly asked it in character.
There's no real easy way to do this.
I think I get the picture.
That's
It
good
doesn't have
enough.
to be perfect.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's tough to see because it's also...
Yeah, light color.
I wonder if I can change them all. No. Wait. Nope.
Ooh.
Leave that though.
Yeah, that helps.
I don't.
We'll eat them all.
Oh. Did it work? No. I don't know. Sorry. We're just gonna
Sorry,
deal with it.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah. I'm
Yo,
not
does that look
really...
like a cow to anyone else or just me?
It does.
I got
looks
the
like-
toes.
Oh, I see the cow. Yeah.
Kind of like
I-
a crab.
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah,
toes.
crab's pretty good too. I'll talk about just like the little part right here. It looks like it.
Beauty in art, or
Toes
beauty
the
in
Ironwood Mountains.
the Ironwood toes. Okay, so you are presented with this map, and relatively speaking, this concentric circle layout.
Okay, and you said that the break-ins have been happening, leading like where the most recent break-in was at the Temple of Helm. You said
Well, in the area near
In
it.
the area.
their area. Okay,
Yeah. Like
so
that.
they seem to be going. I was trying to figure out, and I guess I would be saying this like in character. I was trying to figure out if they were happening going like this way or this way, but it seems like it's more the other way.
It's going towards over here.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they're starting
Like in or out.
in and going out in the quadrant.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder if they're looking
It
for something.
looks
Well,
like
they're
they're
looking
all,
for the
like-
stones.
It's all like originating by the fountain and then going out.
Hmm.
So it's like going out in that each direction,
Right.
But the circles are going the other way.
like that.
Are you asking which one of these concentric circles is the most recent?
That would be useful. That wasn't what I was asking, but
I think
Isn't it
Helm,
over
right?
here?
No,
Temple
the
of Helm
most
is right here.
the most recent is
Oh.
the one closest to the Temple of Helm.
yeah.
So the flow of the direction is they start wide and end up going narrower. So Dan correctly pointed out the flow is in this direction.
Sam did.
I said Sam.
Zaddy.
You don't remember. I erased your memory.
I gotta make a save first.
Now erase his memory about you saying that you erase his memory.
So Andrea will say, well, do you think there's something at the Temple of Helm? I haven't gotten intel that there were anything specific other than that laboratory, but
Would I be able to like remember anything about Temple of Helm? See if like there's anything like particular that they stored there.
make a history check with advantage.
Yep. Alrighty.
Or else. You won't know.
Or else.
Who else? What?
He just won't know.
Alright. Advantage. And history. Let's go.
Okay. Not bad for a +0. So,
Not bad for +0.
reaching back in the memory banks when you were much younger, you recall the Temple of Helm. You never really got a good look at what the innards were really like, or the underbelly of the Temple of Helm. You know, there's a big sanctuary. There's a school there for, obviously for children to go and learn about the religion and just general education. There's also a whole section of the temple is blocked off to public access and isn't guarded per se, but is gated, let's call it, physically behind doors and walls, etc. You've never seen it. No one you know has ever seen it. Only the priest has seen coming from that direction.
Okay.
Other than that, in terms of storage, I don't know. Nothing like that would be like this valuable that you remember.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know of from my time here of anything particular that would be particularly valuable stored in the temple, but there was one area that most people never had access to. Only the priest was able to get back there. Was allowed back there, but there could be something there, but not that I know of it. So it would be something kept very secretive.
What's the status of the Temple of Helm? Like, is it taken? Like, I know there's that laboratory and stuff in there. So is it
Right.
taken over by Kern's people, or is it still like a separate entity? Because I'm wondering, it's like if it's taken over, then they might have access to that secret area. Maybe there's not something that's super important in there.
There are probably we know for a fact the new chief has established a stronghold there. The priest has remained in his quarters, like he's still able to live, but the temple has been closed for prayer for months now. So the conclave itself has a chokehold on it. I don't know if the clasp is involved in any way with that. I think it would be safe to assume they probably are in some way. And as far as we know, we've only gotten one individual in there to get reconnaissance. And from what we've been told, it's been changed to a laboratory of some kind. Dark magic practiced there.
Definitely think it'd be worth taking a look at.
Yeah, if it'd be possible to get in just to see.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be
who's
easy,
allowed
but-
inside? If it's not a place of worship, is it just conclave members? I assume, and people who have. I guess people who have access are the people who have access.
Oops.
Our agent who got in had put in months of groundwork with the conclave forces, particularly the Red Brand, and took quite a long time to establish enough credibility to become a guard at the Temple of Helm.
Well, I think, is he still a guard there?
No, they have since been killed in action.
Just out. Oh,
It's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
It's definitely unfortunate.
I agree that it might be important to get in there, but I don't know if that's like
Priority.
the location of their search. Like
for
the
sure.
fact-
Yeah, go ahead.
I say the fact that they're searching still outside the Temple of Helm. They're not really searching inside the Temple of Helm.
Yeah.
So that might not be like immediately where we need to go.
And do you know the timing of these searches? Like, was each concentric circle like? Okay, so like for instance, this quadrant, this top left quadrant, were all of these circles done
Like back to back.
back to back, and then they moved on to say this quadrant, or were they done like one here, one here, one here, and so on?
Marianne will chime in because she seems to be the one who has this sort of data. We started tracking a little bit later, but we know for a fact there have been a number of occasions in which multiple searches were happening simultaneously.
In, like,
Across
different
quadrants.
So it doesn't seem like the Temple of Helm is the focus of their search, and it seems like if they wanted to search it, they have access to it. So I don't know how. Yeah, I don't think that that's what they're looking for. Seems like a red herring.
I wonder if they know about the tomb in the mountain, and maybe that's what they're looking for, but they just don't know that it's in the tomb in the mountain in the mines.
When you say they, who are you referring to? Because the conclave itself is not searching.
I'm just assuming everyone is working together.
Who's doing the searching then?
That's what I'm asking you. Well, these circles are places in which the Silent Order has hit.
But the Silent Order is supposedly working with the Clasp, whom is probably helping the Conclave. So
Right, but the
it's all
Silent Order is hitting places that the Conclave is clearing the people out first. So it's like they are kind of working together.
yeah.
Oh, so you do think there's crosstalk, the working hand in hand?
Well, Montreal is working
With Curly.
with Curly and feeding him information. So that's the direct link to the Clasp. And Montreal is also working with the Conclave. So I think there definitely is some crosstalk there. Like we caught Montreal giving orders to his henchman, who then handed it to Curly, who then disseminated it down to
And we know that Montreal is looking for the stones, so that's probably what they're looking for. And I think you're right, Sam. I think they might be looking for the tomb that we know
Yeah.
of.
That would make sense. That's what they're looking for.
Do you think?
But I just don't know why I'm looking at houses.
They might not know it's in a tomb.
Do you think Montreal is? He thinks that the stone is in the tomb, or do you think Montreal would tell the Silent Order, these nobodies, about this all-powerful magical stone and trust them with it?
So that's the thing. I don't know if Montreal knows that there's just some stone supposedly in the city somewhere, or if he knows that it's in the tomb. I definitely don't think he would tell the Silent Order what he's looking for, or what it is. But I mean, it's very clear that he's searching for something, and I mean, the stones are a logical conclusion.
Yeah.
So if we conclude that he's searching for the stones, and it looks like he's searching for the city, then how did we come across that we know that it was in the tomb in the mountain? How did we learn that information again?
That was from the Order of the Archive.
We read it in a book, or we.
You read it in various books that you then connected later.
Okay, so it's possible that they might not know that.
Should we go get those books?
We might want to control that information.
Yeah.
But you have the last piece anyway, right? To this tomb?
Right, but if he thinks it's in the city, then that's less competition in the caverns, right? If he thinks it's in the caverns, maybe he'll try to dig into it or do whatever. Like it's gonna be more competition.
So you think that he's searching for the last piece to the tomb and not the last piece to your rod of whatever?
It might be both. I mean, it might be either
maybe
or.
He thinks one will lead to the other.
It could be either, right? But I mean, it's clear that they're searching for something.
Well, either way, we do need Ian's notebook. We need to frame him, or not frame him.
Yeah.
We need to have leverage. We need to get into the mines.
I think we also need to just see what it says.
I think that's our first priority. I think our first priority is let them search the city while we go to the real place, which is the mine. So I think we need to take steps to do that.
Yeah.
And then maybe after the mine, we can see what's happening in the Temple of Helm. But I think priority one is to get to that tomb.
Besides Ian's family, do we know anything else about him? Like, what are his habits? Like, what does he like to do? Could we maybe, like, corner him somewhere?
Your friend Arthas has informed me he is very careful about his whereabouts, and often hides his agenda from the rest of the people in his group.
And he went missing when he was 12, so we don't really know anything about him.
Perhaps he's disguised even from what he normally looks like.
True.
He seems to be a capable man, more so than he likes to lead on, which is part of his guise.
We haven't dealt with the professor yet, right?
What do you mean by dealt?
Gotten him on our side.
Well, you told me that you weren't going to plant the evidence against him, and instead you were going to help his wife.
We need to help his wife.
Yeah, we want to try and help his wife so that he's more inclined to help us.
Okay.
So what's the play with the professor? Why do we want him on our side, like, in this way?
Well, so right now the professor is working on something for Montreal that's related to the stones. So we need to get our hands on that information and prevent it from getting into Montreal's hands. I actually don't know if the professor has the stones or not, or if it's some sort of device that maybe he's trying to make a device similar to the Rod of Law that can then use the stones and access their power. But so we need to get the professor on our side for that. So maybe, I don't know, I lost Montreal's whereabouts, but I have a general location. So maybe we could do this. You guys have your associates try to search for Montreal's location. I have it marked here. This road on the map was the last place that I saw him. I don't know if he went east or west after going on that road. So a good place to start would just be like this area. But if we can find out where he's keeping the professor's wife while we are dealing with getting the ledger from the other guy. Then when we get back, we can then go and rescue his wife while you guys set up the blackmail of the ledger. So like we can kind of like divvy up some work and combo this bitch.
Yeah.
We're the 1-2.
Yeah.
I must say, this is a complicated plan, but
Well, it's two parts, right? So you guys search for Montreal in that quadrant that I last saw him, and then we will go get the ledger, right? And then when we come back with the ledger, hopefully you guys will be close to figuring out where Montreal is, and then we can go rescue the professor's wife, and then you guys can deal with the blackmail and getting access to the mine. You guys I feel like, are just better at the subterfuge things. I'm trying to play to strengths here.
well, that part is simple. I think is getting the notebook, but what comes after may be quite difficult.
Yeah, what comes
That's
after
true.
is, well, I mean, obviously we'll have to use it for leverage and blackmail to get into the mine. How
But
we do that, I mean, we'll
I
have to
also think
discuss.
these things need to happen very quickly one after the other before they can get wind as to what we're doing. If Montreal figures out that this professor's wife has been taken and we can now get access to the mines or blackmail, things will escalate quickly. So that's for
Very true.
that's for another time to discuss. I
mean,
I
that's
like
fair.
this
I mean,
start.
Do you think we should? I mean, well, yeah, I want to act simultaneously because I agree. Like, it needs to happen fast. Like, we can't just do one to completion because then Montreal is going to be on guard and it's going to be harder to complete the other. So that's why I think dividing and conquering and doing both stages simultaneously will make it happen fast enough to where it'll be harder for him to react efficiently.
Do you think you can do you think you can convince the professor that are on his side without getting the wife first? That may be worth an effort.
How
But
can
yeah.
we convince him of that?
Maybe you can find the location but not get her yet.
That could be a possibility.
I think we
Really.
instead of
the-
alarming Montreal to the fact that we know he has the professor's wife, we kind of get proof that she's alive and we know where she is, and then have the professor act as though he doesn't know that until we can, just so we don't rush everything, if that makes sense. Because once we hit that, the plan's in action. We cannot stop for even a
That's a fair
second.
plan.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
There's gonna be a point of no return where we have to.
Exactly.
I think we have until the end of the weekend, right? Wasn't that the deadline Montreal gave the professor to get his work done? Like, he was only given him a few more days.
Yeah, he didn't really give him much time.
Well, that corresponds with the strike.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's doable then. So so the plan is we'll find Montreal's location, get the professor on our side, figure out what he knows, and then simultaneously we'll have to get the ledger and free his wife at the same time, or shortly one after the other.
I have sorry, I was thinking, but I have an idea for finding the wife. Our friend Arthas left us this wand, and I think it can cast the spell Clairvoyance, which should allow us to see like better without actually physically being somewhere. We could send like a sensor into a room or something and just observe.
That's definitely.
What is the range on clairvoyance?
A mile.
Yeah, 1 mile.
How long is that in
10
like,
minutes.
frame of the city, Jack?
Oh, 1 mile?
What's
That's a
the
good
reference for the
That's
city?
a good question. Let me see if I have that in the map
Can
somewhere.
answer that, Dan.
Oh, no, it's only 60
Oh, it's 60
feet. Oh,
feet.
no problem.
Please,
We're
60
good.
feet. We got this.
Let me see.
It's well within a mile.
How many blocks are in a mile?
Probably depends on the size of the blocks.
Well, standard
Like a Roblox.
How many
Minecraft
NYC
20 blocks about.
Yeah, 20
Okay.
blocks to a mile.
I would say the city at its widest point. Oof, that's tough. I don't know. So it fits about a little under 100,000 people. That's the size. A little under that.
The city?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it because I can't get all the buildings in one place. But
Well, I mean, if we look at the roads, like some of these roads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8, 9 houses, maybe 10 houses long. That's maybe like 2 blocks, right?
let me see. I would say it's probably like wide, probably like 3-4 miles.
Okay.
But the length is much bigger. So I'm proposing that like this distance here is probably like 3-ish miles.
Like 3 by 5, maybe.
Yeah, this is probably like close to 5.
It's pretty. Well, yeah. If you go this way, it would be longer. But if you just go like north to south, east to west, it's pretty comparable.
Yeah.
It's only when you go like diagonal that it's like a little bit longer. So we're saying like a 3-mile diameter circle, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just know that that's in our tool belt. We can do that.
How does this spell work? Can you like push it through walls?
I don't
Yeah.
believe so. I think we would have to wait for someone to maybe open a door.
But you can move it.
But you can move it, yes, in a mile radius.
Invisible.
It's invisible. It's only visible here. Let me
Is it just
I pull up the Roll20 website on my
one
iPhone.
produces a scroll?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not an expert on magic, but that's just what I know from, my time.
Okay, so you can
So yeah, it just basically lets you see.
or hear either one.
Or hear.
Can't, not both.
Oh, but how many?
But it doesn't say anything
um,
about. Yeah, so I think you wouldn't be able to see through walls or anything like that because it doesn't
Yeah.
say.
No, I know, but if someone like opens a door, we could slip it in without anyone noticing, and like,
Can you move it once you
Yeah, I was
cast
gonna say,
it,
can it move?
pretty sure
or is it one spot?
it would be really stupid if you could.
Sensor remains in place for the duration. It can't be attacked or otherwise interacted.
Oh, are you serious? Oh,
Yep.
So it's
okay.
kind of like scrying almost.
Yeah, so it's good for like surveillance. Like,
But you
Oh.
can put it anywhere you've seen within 1 mile. You just imagine it and it appears there. In place.
Oh,
Okay.
and it's like range of seeing is just however far you can see.
Yes. And here.
Got it. Or here, I thought.
Yeah, or here.
Yeah.
so if we just go out looking,
That could be our proof, though.
yeah,
If we find her,
we could
we
show
can
her.
show him with clairvoyance
Yes.
that we know where she is and we're going to rescue her if we
Yes.
can have his cooperation.
Okay, great.
I
We
don't
can
know
do
that
from a mile away.
I don't know that he can see it unless he casts. Yeah, I don't think he can see it. But you can.
Yeah, I think it's a caster can.
What is a caster?
Yeah, so it's
Well,
not
we could
like
have him. We could have him cast the spell. It's a
Well,
wand.
but he would have to see the location.
He would have had to have seen it at some point in his
Yeah.
life.
Cast this bitch.
Here, grab this wand.
Read this scroll.
Read this scroll. He teleports to the hell. That's what they teach you day 1 in elementary school. It's like here it's like don't get in a white
Wand, but
van,
you
but
have-
there it's like don't read from a stranger's scroll.
Read scrolls from strangers, kids.
Hey kid, you want to read this scroll?
All right, so then maybe not then.
Hmm. Wait, but this
Okay,
wand can
so-
also cast see invisibility. Could we maybe find a workaround where we cast clairvoyance and then see invisibility on him? No, it's stealth. That's the range.
Yep.
All right. Oh, and
I
that
like
would
where
only
your
allow
head's
him
at,
to.
though.
That would only allow him to see the sensor. It wouldn't allow him to see from the sensor.
Yeah.
Well, the sensor wouldn't even be in that room.
Exactly. Yeah. So never
Yeah.
mind. All right.
I like where your head's at, though. I like this creative thinking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways we can like
Scorn
prove that.
jots down as like a CTV, like a camera.
Maybe we could describe his wife to him without ever having met her, and that could be our proof. Like, hey, we've seen her. She's here. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
this is
the
all just-
professor's wife like well known?
This is all under the assumption that
That we can even find her.
That we find her first. Like, because if we find her, we can say, we found your wife, we want to help, and he'll probably be inclined to help just out of desperation. Like, we're gonna have to convince him, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
if someone kidnaps your wife and you're like, and someone goes, I know where your wife is, I want to help, then you'll be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm down.
I'm just worried that he's going to be nervous about working with us because he's going to think that something might happen to his wife if he tries to help us out.
Well, we can say we're gonna help, like, save your wife. Regardless, you can help us or have her be kidnapped by us.
Well, but if she's already, that's not really a threat we can make.
Help us, or I'll kidnap your wife after I save her.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm like gonna take your wife from these people.
I think
Either
that
you can
defeats the
have
purpose.
her- you can have her from us,
I
and you
don't
help
like
us.
that at all.
Or if you don't want to help us, then she's just ours.
She's kidnapped by us.
Yeah, then she's just kidnapped again.
I thought the whole point.
It's
I mean,
ta- it's like
we
Taken.
could just threaten him if we want to. We had the opportunity to plant those documents, right? Like, if we wanted to be mean about this, we could have.
I know this is all under the assumption that he's gonna be like no, which I really don't think he's gonna say no.
All right, so should we just talk to the guy?
All right, so we should find the wife first and then talk to the guy.
So do you not want us to search then? Are you going to get the notebook first?
What do you think?
Well, if we get the notebook, then we alert Montrol that we're on to him, right?
Yeah, I thought that was the whole thing.
Maybe,
they
yeah.
need to happen simultaneously.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is find his wife.
Well,
get
hold
the-
on. If you get Ian, which I think you said you wanted to anyway, then he can't tell Montreal.
Yeah, we can scoop up Ian and bring him back here, and since he's just like to the city, he's
Is
just
Ian
a
his
hobo.
leverage to get the wife?
Ian or Curly? I mean,
Ian's the guy in charge.
I know,
Yeah,
but
we
Curly's
want
the one who
Ian.
has direct contact with Montrol. Or
Should
at
we
least
scoop
his,
them both
his
up?
henchman.
Yeah, but Ian is the one where we need leverage to use him against his family.
I mean, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, if we scoop up Ian and leave Curly, what's to stop Curly from then going back to Montrol and being like, hey, we got a problem?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But didn't you say Ian would just leave for days at a time without telling anybody?
That's what
I-
Arthur said. I
Did
think,
Arthur
yeah.
say that?
Yeah. So if we discreetly,
Okay, I mean, if that's the case, then that could work.
then it could just be under the assumption of, oh, he just pieced out.
Good work.
I mean,
yeah.
if he just pieces out for days at a time without telling anyone, then that could be to our advantage, and that could work.
But, I mean, that's assuming that Curly has no idea where he goes during this time. It's very possible that Curly is doing something with him while he's away.
Well, I think Ian's the fall guy and Curly's the real connection to the class.
Yeah.
I don't think they're working together.
From
I
what
don't think they know that they're working together.
Yeah, from what Arthas told us, it seems like Ian thinks Curly is an idiot and just doesn't tell him anything and just uses him as like a golden goose to be like, oh, where do we hit next? But doesn't tell him anything. Because why
Yeah.
would, like, thinking about it from Ian's perspective, why would you be like, oh, this dude who can't tie his shoes, I'm gonna tell only him where I go every night, like when I disappear for.
Well, that is the person you'd want to tell, because he can't tell anyone else.
But then what's the
probably
point of
won't.
telling them? Oh, I'm gonna tell my right shoe where I'm going for a week.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's weird that everyone buys this Curly act when he is like the only one who knows when and where these things are happening, and everyone just accepts that. That's a little odd. I know, but Ian is not. Like, Ian comes from privilege. He knows how the world works.
I would imagine he takes it at face value as though Curly can slip into places normal people cannot because of his handicap. And that gives him privied information, or access to privied information, because he can kind of be there without people saying, "What are you doing here?" Because if he is acting, he's doing it well enough to where people assume he really has no idea where he is. He's not very lucid.
No,
That
we
would
know
be
he's
my
just kidding.
assumption.
True.
But I see what you're saying, and there is merit to that. I mean, perhaps, they are in on it in some way. Ian's a proud man, from what I've heard. I don't think him losing a notebook, he would run and tell Curly,
Yeah.
but you never know.
Yeah, it's probably something he would try to cover up or fix himself.
All right, my food's here. One sec. Keep deliberating. Hello?
I think if we...
Are you in the front or back?
I think if we take the notebook first, we would have a little bit of time to figure out where the wife is and maybe rescue her. Maybe like a day. I don't know.
What if we get the notebook
Well, the
and
notebook.
that spooks Montreal, and then Sam can go invisible and tail him, and maybe he'll go back to the hideout to where he's keeping the wife to make sure that she's still there.
But
Well-
that works only if we know where Montreal is, like right as he finds out that the notebook is gone.
The big assumption is, though, that Montreal is aware of the notebook. What if the notebook is just Ian's personal thing?
Yeah, that's possible. That's very possible because
It's-
they don't know that Ian is who he is.
Yeah,
It's
I
very-
don't think they
Go ahead.
do.
I think he's not on Montreal's radar at all.
I just feel like it makes so much sense for him to be keeping meticulous notes about what they're gathering if he's working with Montreal to try to find something for him.
So then,
And
what do
maybe
you propose?
like you said, maybe he doesn't even know that he's working for Montreal, but Montreal, I would think, would be aware of it.
Like, I get all the what ifs, but if they just keep leading us to not doing anything, then
Yeah.
they're not helpful.
You're right.
That is true.
'Cause I don't want to sit here for the whole session just making plans.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be that if we take the notebook, he might tell, or he might not. Or I think the safest bet is to just kidnap him and the notebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is our best bet.
Because if he just disappears for days at a time, maybe that's the best solution, is to just take both.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's the best thing we can do.
Do you think Curly knows about the notebook?
We were just talking
I
about
think
that.
I think that he would have to know about it, because I'm sure that it's under that same thing that you had mentioned, where people don't really give Curly any mind. It's like, oh, if Ian pulls out a notebook and starts writing in it while Curly's in his tent, and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna care because he doesn't know what I'm doing. He's not looking at the pages. It's not something that I would imagine that Curly would have access to.
Yeah, I would also think that Curly would know, if he's not handicapped, that Ian's very protective of it. So it might not be unusual if Ian disappears that he takes the notebook with him.
Yeah, I highly doubt that's something that he would just leave behind. So if we
Yeah.
take Ian and the notebook, that would be the best course of action. So if we were able to like sneak into the camp, like take him out.
I
that'd
think
be
that's our best bet then.
Yeah.
And then we can start doing the blackmail while we search for the wife, and then we'll get, or we can talk when we get him. We could talk to the professor. We could do either order. We can either find the wife first, then talk to the professor, or talk to the professor, then find the wife and rescue afterwards. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
All right, Marianne,
Ready.
Mr. Regal, pull every string we have. Anyone who's seen Montreal in the last 48 hours, get as much information as we can.
I
go.
can give you his known location as of last night when I last saw him.
Yeah, you
Give me
pointed out on the
the
map.
license plate.
That intersection going down the road.
We'll start there and work our way outwards. Get as many people as you can. Do this discreetly. Are we understood? And Marianne and the gentleman shake their head. All right, it's a plan. I'll get my people in motion. You do your thing. Now we should talk about transportation and drop off of Ian. Mr. Regal, is a room that you can procure? Of course there is. Have that see to that being done as soon as possible. And as far as escort goes, should we do the crates again? She looks at you guys.
I was good with the crates.
Yeah, it worked for me.
If that's
I think,
the best way,
ways-
then
2 ways that we can go about it in my mind. One, we can try and sneak in, grab him, take him out without anybody seeing us. Or 2, if we were able to dress up like guards, say Scorn and I, because I feel Sam would be more usual. If Scorn and I were to dress up as guards and arrest him when they were doing one of their loots, like the house looting, and that could be.
Do you think that would be too noisy, though? Because then Curly would surely know that he's not going out on an escapade.
I think the idea is that we want it to look like Ian is just on his disappearing thing. So I think arresting him would defeat that purpose, because then everyone would know where he went.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if the kidnapping him would be good without anyone knowing. But I know that sometimes people just get arrested and it's no questions asked in the city. Like, if a guard does anything, people look away.
Yeah, but I feel like the Montreal would have access to the Conclave to figure that out.
And also, I think that it seems like they've negotiated some kind of deal because they ransack buildings in front of God.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think doing the discreet kidnapping would be best.
So you tell me, what do you want? What can I give you to help you kidnap him? What transportation?
We're gonna have to do this in the evening.
Dead of night, preferably.
Yeah, dead of night. And we're gonna have to do it without anyone noticing.
Yeah, so
I was briefly there. I know the layout a bit, but
yeah, I can have Lugo turn into a dog.
Scorn, you saw.
He can run around their campsite, probably just like walk around. They won't really do anything about him, and
they do also have dogs.
I was gonna say, you saw that they had dogs. We might want to bring some treats to distract them as well.
Yeah, I was able to turn them away with this pendant, but probably won't work every time. So.
Yeah, so if I have Lugo turn into a dog, then he can do kind of surveillance for us, and
I like that. That sounds like a good idea as well.
Surprised about a dog walking through if there's already.
I think that's good, and then we should definitely bring some meat or something to distract the other dogs.
Can Lugo turn into any animal, like of any size, or does it have to be above a certain?
He can be a mastiff, or like mountable creatures. The other like mastiff.
So you couldn't just have him be like a rat, because I was thinking something quick and small to distract the dogs would be perfect. But...
a familiar.
Okay.
Would a giant mastiff walking around with that?
What about an axebeak?
The hell is that?
That might be a little more suspicious. It's like a bird thing.
Yeah.
Figured.
It's like that prehistoric. Like,
oh God! Yeah, no. I don't think that would be good.
You don't have a pet one?
Mastiffs aren't that big. It's not like a.
I guess mastiffs are only rideable by small creatures, right?
Yeah. They're small.
That's a good loophole. I like that.
Yeah, I think a mastiff would be the best. Yeah, that'd be good.
Otherwise, it's like a horse or a donkey or a giant bat.
All right, we'll go mastiff. Lugo is gonna scout, and then we need treats to distract the dogs, and we know where his tent is.
What about extract? How are we transporting him?
So they're at the Laughing Lass, right? That's the inn that they.
The Vulnerable Vagrant.
The Vulnerable Vagrant's the other one. I mean, given that it's an inn, I think maybe we do like empty beer casks or something like that, beer barrels. So it blends in.
We have to get him like out of the campsite.
Well, there's no escaping that.
Behind the bar.
So.
Or the
I'll
inn?
bring you to it. So I will highlight to you which one. There's multiple buildings that are the vulnerable vagrant. So this is one, and this is the other, and then this is a shed. The rest
Okay.
are either houses or businesses. The Laughing
Well,
Lass is up towards the north more.
All right.
And the shed, Dan. Or
Well,
Connor.
we could just be. We could, you know,
We could just be patrons of.
patrons or employees just moving barrels around. There's a shed nearby. We could
My ass.
maybe late at night take a barrel
Idea.
out of the shed, or
I can have Lugo.
I have paralysis
Eat
poison,
something,
so
like-
I can
You can have-
definitely make it so he doesn't struggle if I can get into the 10.
Idea. Sam, you stay in the what's it called? In the shed, hidden. I'll have Lugo, while he's in his tent, like go into his tent, take something, run to the shed. We'll try and follow him, get whatever his thing is back, and then you're there with the paralyzing agent.
but we shouldn't paralyze him so much that he can't tell us where the book is.
Well, that would just be to like knock him out. I also have the antidote to bring him out of it, just to for
Okay.
trap.
Just
I'm thinking.
And what if
Uh,
someone sees him go in and doesn't come out? Or sees
Yeah,
you come out?
I'm thinking I go into his tent while invisible in the middle of the night and like do paralysis on him while he's sleeping, and then we get him that way.
yeah,
And
it sounds.
we distract the dogs with some treats.
But what about the whereabouts of his book? If he's paralyzed, he can't tell us.
It's in the tent, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I think we're assuming that, but we don't know.
Hmm.
We could always interrogate him and come back for it.
That seems like a lot more trouble.
Lugo can watch him if he has anything. See if he shows up.
I love this kind of shit. It's the best.
Maybe that we wouldn't know where in the. What Scorn? You didn't see it at all when you're in surveillance there, right?
No, I was only there for
Oh,
a
yeah,
brief
you there
moment,
briefly.
and I saw mostly Curly's whereabouts and where Curly chills.
Did Arthas leave any info on where it might be?
Arthas specifically mentioned that he's only seen him use it when it's collection time. It's out. That happens before the evening meal, and then he has never seen him put it away. Where it's put away, he made that explicit.
Okay, so we can do it
He's very careful with the
around
book.
the evening meal and try and see, like, just to keep an eye on him from then on, what he does with it.
Well, if we go, the only problem is if he goes into. All right, hold on. This might be 5 head. Okay. We go there, evening meal, when it's collection. We see him, and then we use the clairvoyance into his tent.
I was thinking that.
And then when he goes into his tent to put it away, we have the clairvoyance to see where he puts it. And then later that evening in the night, boom, that's when we I go in invisible, we distract the dogs, we do
But-
paralysis, the whole thing.
We just
then
need to
getting
get
him
into the
out.
tent beforehand. That's because I was not ever in his tent. So
if you
you
can
would.
see into the tent though, you can cast it in there. Is the tent open or is it closed?
Is that how it works, Jared? Like if I can see into a bit like
If you have ever seen it, you can cast it.
okay, so I would
You-
be able to
it-
cast clairvoyance to look into his tent.
So the way it works is if you have seen a location, it doesn't even matter. As long as you're within a mile, you can put the orb in that location.
Oh, amazing!
That's how
So
I
we-
read it.
We can already do it.
Okay, so we should be good to do it then.
Yeah.
I
You
think
just have
that's
10 minutes of.
That's
of
got to
time.
be that's got to be the best option.
after. So we go there, mealtime collection, right? Right when he's done and he's walking back to his tent to put the book away. Boom, clairvoyance. We watch him, see where he puts it, right? And then we wait. We use Lugo as our little spy, for the rest of the evening. We could be a mile away at this point, right? So it's like we can be well away from them at this point. Lugo's our spy. When it's like the dead of night, everyone's asleep. We go in, right? We have meat to distract the dogs. I'll be invisible. I'll use my paralysis potion on them. Scoop up the book, and then we like wheel them out in some barrel, like some beer barrels, like we're staff.
Yeah. Only thing that we would have to really be careful with in that plan is we need to make sure that we time the clairvoyance to be right after collection.
Right.
And
yeah.
so we would need somebody to like know when that's ending.
If we have Lugo there,
Yeah, Lugo will be in there.
Okay, cool.
Lugo can communicate telepathically to Seraph
So cool.
That's
So we
true.
we can do all of this from like
a mile away, so we can
the
be,
archive. Yeah,
A
we
spa.
could be anywhere. Yeah.
we could be in the back of Connor's parents' shop.
Who's Connor?
Perfect.
I mean, Sarah's parents' shop.
Yeah, we can be in
Toast
the
of
back.
the town. That's within a mile from the vulnerable Vega. It's like right across the street.
I love it.
I think this is a good
This is the
plan.
plan. I think this is the plan.
All right, so I'll get you the cot, or Mr. Regal will get you the cot and the appropriate barrels. And I will send my people out starting now to find Montreal and his henchmen. Do you have a name for the henchmen?
Did we get a name?
A rough description? Human, elven, half-elf?
It was definitely a human man.
I think he had brown hair. In my
Lo-
head, he had brown hair. I forget if you
Larger
told
or
me that,
shorter?
or-
Muscular?
He was a bodyguard, so yeah, he was a larger, muscular man.
Accent, any discernible birthmark,
It
clothing?
would have been great if I wrote these description details down, but I did not.
I gave them to you.
Sam, do a history check.
Yeah, can I do a history check?
Sure, the DC is going to be pretty high.
I feel like it's
Well,
rough
yeah.
to be like you have to remember every detail of every person you've met.
No,
Be honest.
I'm asking for highlights of details that you probably would have written down in normal circumstance.
Ooh.
I'm not asking for like a full description.
And
I'm
did
just
we see this
listing-
guy?
I
Sam
think only
did.
Sam saw him.
Only I did.
And did
If
you
I had
see
seen him, I would have perfect recollection.
Well, you saw him. You saw him with Curly, didn't you? He handed the note to Curly. Weren't you there?
I was far away.
No,
I was like,
Sareth was there for that.
I thought Scorn was across the street and Seraph was far away. Or was it the opposite? Was Scorn far away and Seraph across the street?
Yes, Scorn was begging on the street.
Yeah, so then Scorn would have seen him.
No, Scorn was begging far away, I said.
Oh, I thought he was. Oh, and then Seraph was across the street.
Yeah, because he was like back, I think he said like here-ish. Right? Or
Yeah.
maybe here. All right, with a 10, he's a kind of a burly guy. Yeah, brown hair. About 6 foot. That's really it.
2 weeks ago.
Montreal has a metal arm.
He has a metal right side.
Yeah, I say he's half metal.
Well, then I
Shoulder
wasn't
down.
wrong. I wasn't
Yeah.
wrong.
That's not incorrect.
Technically.
We've seen Montreal before. He's out and about more often. He doesn't seem to hide himself.
Yeah. Oh well. The bodyguard was traveling with Montreal, so it might be the case that if you find Montreal, the bodyguard will be with him.
Marianne, why don't you go take towards the Marquette Estate, and we'll take over by the Iron District. And she'll nod. Right.
It feels like it's been like 2 weeks since I saw this guy, even though it was just a few hours ago. So.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think. What time would you like for all these things to be procured for you?
What time was it? What last collection? Because I would know that.
The collection's right before sundown.
Okay.
About 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, usually around that area. I was just gonna say, so right now you're approaching like mid-afternoon, so like 4-ish.
Well, I mean, if you can get us over to the toast of the town now, and we can get Lugo in the area so it doesn't look suspicious that this Mastiff shows up right at collection time. You know what I mean? And then we can kind of just hang out at the back of Sarah's family's shop if you think they'd be cool with that.
Yeah. What was the vibe when you left last, Sareth? Would they let us use their space?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're part of the Golden Grin. So
Yes,
I
the
think
Harthells
true.
are part of the Golden Grin. I'll make them aware of this operation.
I think we should get over there because we just need to be within a mile for the clairvoyant. So if we get over there now, we'll get Lugo over there. So that way they're kind of used to his presence and it doesn't seem unusual. And then we get this. And then as for the barrels, we'll probably do that like midnight-ish, right? Middle of the night.
Yeah. Long
So,
night.
we'll procure your cart to take to the toast of the town, where it will stay until it's needed. And we'll search in the meantime. I trust your disguises will be good enough. And you will have a room procured here. Boris will see to your entrance. You will go through this door, and she'll point. Actually, I think I still have the room open. I do.
Yeah, I gotta write down this 5-head play before we forget it if we don't get to it.
She'll point out through the curtains, because you guys are in the meeting room over there. She'll point out to the main room, back wall where the stairs are. There's a secret entrance on that side of the building. I suppose I'll show you when I leave how to get in. This is reserved for emergencies only and for extremely sensitive operations. So I trust you won't use it again. This is one of a few secret entrances that only few know.
Emergencies only. Got it.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to get in on the way out. But you must do it in this order, or else Boris will come swinging.
Hold on, I go.
All right, so is that all you wanted to do in the meeting? Do you want to say anything else or talk about anything else?
I think
I'm
so.
good.
I think we're good.
All right.
Tony, you want to write down the order? I'll finish writing the plan.
Yeah.
All right, so she'll lead you out up the stairs, because it's a one-way entrance. And she'll lead you into the alleyway, and it's a seemingly normal-looking alleyway, but towards the back of the alley, there's like a chain link fence that goes up a little ways, and immediately in front of that, on the wall that is part of the House of Elixir, there is a very slight discoloration, which is almost undetectable in the shadows of the alley, about a half of a normal human size, so maybe like 3-ish feet crawl space. She says, you press on this brick here, and then it will open, after which you crawl through and do a very specific knock on the other end, and she'll just do the knock. And you have keen mind, so this will all stick for the next month.
So I don't need to write. I'll write it down still.
And so Boris will be on the other end. Boris will be on the other end waiting for you. If the knock is incorrect, or the stones are pressed incorrectly, let's just say don't get it wrong. There are fail-safes in this mechanism, one of which is you will be trapped in, the other side will close and burn to death. There are a number of others, which I will remain in my own mind, so as to not leak all of our secrets. Just make sure you do it right, and you understand the steps in the correct order. It's imperative for your safety and the safety of the mission. That being said, Mr. Regal will have for you a little bit of extra equipment to make your mission a little bit easier. So go see him.
Yeah, I was going to ask him, is it possible to get 2 uniforms for the vulnerable vagrant? So that way Sareth and Scorn could dress as workers?
I think there could be arrangements made for that. Talk to Mr. Regal. Go find him inside. He has other things for you as well. All right, so she will wish you good luck. Good luck. The fate of the Republic is in your hands for the next couple of days. And she'll look at you, like, sincerely. I must admit, first impressions were a little rough. But I see no more capable group than you to carry out this
It's
mission.
just our vibe. That's how we go.
I told you sometimes, we have unorthodox methods of getting things done, but we're reliable in a pinch when you need us 100%.
Well,
We're like a turkey that you have to put in the oven for 5 hours before it's good.
Very true.
Mm.
okay, interesting analogy. I wish someone would erase my memory temporarily for that.
Sorry, that's
Oh,
something
no.
Be us.
we don't do.
We don't do that.
That's crazy.
As we told you, we have not
We
yet
told you.
had to
I do
erase
remember you telling me out of the blue that you did not touch the professor's memory. It's good to know.
Oh,
Yeah.
you remember that?
Cam specifically said that he didn't touch his memory.
All right, good luck. I'll meet you back here later this morning. Like the next morning. And she'll kind of throw her hood up, disappear into the shadows and out into the street, doing her job, part of the plan. You fast forwarding a little bit, you find Mr. Regal, who I'm using that interchangeably with the gentleman. You find the gentleman. He's attending to some guests who are there for cocktail hour a little bit before, early bird special. He will say, "One moment, if you will," and he'll bow to the guests. Actually, you wouldn't be showing your normal face, so you're in the basement. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I was about to say, it's like we're not going to go upstairs.
Boris will reluctantly get Mr. Regal. Bring him down.
Business this time.
That's why he gets them, or gets him. Reluctantly, but still gets him. Alright, he'll come back down. Right, I have some things for you. And he'll take you to the storeroom. He'll give you each, these little pads on your feet that you can put, one-time use only, that give you advantage on stealth. As soon as you use them, they're done. But they're little like pads for your feet, just to give you that extra little bit. Then on top of that, he will give you all a very similar look or familiar looking little orb, Pokeball as you guys call it.
Oh, the recall orb?
He says this is not a recall orb. However, in a pinch, this may be able to help you out. This one, and he'll point to the one that's given to Sarah, so Sarah, write this down, will, in about 60 feet radius, in a sphere, create fog. Very difficult to see. This one, points to Scorn, will create, in a 60-foot radius, complete pitch darkness. In fact, this one here, still pointing to Scorn's, will muffle any sounds that are made in this radius. Standing outside or within, you are deaf to any sounds.
That's including...
So it's darkness and silence.
Yep. Darkness and silence.
And what was the radius on that?
60 feet.
Oh my god.
Okay, and then he says, beware, you are subject to the effects as well. And then he points to yours, Sam. This one, in 60-foot radius, will make it incredibly difficult to move.
Wait, radius or...
Not radius, diameter. The whole time I meant diameter.
I was about to say, that's fucking huge.
I'm sorry, diameter. It's a Friday, I had a long week, so change your things to diameter. Thank you, Dan.
See, I was about to say. I was
No, 120 feet, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This will make it incredibly difficult to move. This is essentially going to cause rough terrain. Use them wisely. If you don't use them, I will take them back. I will know if you do use them or not. My own ways. This should be helpful. Use it in an emergency.
And then we also, if possible, it would be great if we could get 2 uniforms for Sareth and Scorn here for the vulnerable vagrant. And then we need some nice, delicious cuts of meat to distract two dogs.
He turns to one of the workers who's kind of cleaning. Alicia, get a good cut of, what would you say, like tenderloin, sirloin, strip?
I
Um,
mean,
I think it needs to be flavorful, but still kind of chewy because we need them to take some
Chuck?
time on it. If it
how about
was on the
chuck or
bone,
like skirt?
if it was,
Something with a lot of fat on it.
if
Oh,
it was
yeah.
on the bone too, that would
Oh,
also be good. Because
Yes.
then we could also be distracted with the bone as well as the meat.
All right. I fed some chuck, and some bones as well. She'll kind of like put the mop down, look weirdly, and kind of walk up the stairs. Stay here. I'll have your uniforms within the hour.
Great. And then once we have the uniforms, we'll need the travel to the toast of the town.
Ah, there's one thing I wanted to show you. And he'll lead you to the section of the quarters where other people passing through can sleep. Obviously, still in the underbelly of the House of Elixir. He'll say, "This room right here, all the way down at the end of the hallway, there is a metal door on one side of the hallway, the right side if you're walking down, and it is essentially a holding cell. Opening it up, there's a very narrow hallway inside that room and cage like cells, 3 on each side. Any one of these will be fine. And you notice immediately as you walk in, there is 0 echo. And in a room this enclosed is kind of weird. There's an enchantment. No noise escapes this room.
Nice.
He'll be safe here. All right, I think
Right.
that's it. Yes?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Now, if you excuse me, I have a dining room to run. And he'll turn, bow, and walk out. Do you want to do anything last minute before you head out?
I need
Mhm.
to spend 10 minutes turning Hugo into a dog.
Fair enough. I'll get you
Who
the Mastiff.
who here is the worst at stealth?
Oh, you know it's your girl.
All right, Sarah, I'm gonna give you my pads, so you can have 2 of them.
Pads again.
They give you advantage on stuff.
Trying to find you a good boy.
Your boy's not gonna need it. So
I gotta find you a good boy.
I'm ready to rock a 30 plus stealth rolls tonight, so I'm good.
Alright, I am also going to change to my armor that doesn't give me disadvantage on stealth.
That's a good move.
Yeah, so if you're going under the guise of workers, you would probably
Right,
be
then I won't be
armorless.
Sure.
And you can take the bag of holding, that's fine. But we are
I'll
being
leave
more
my armors back.
we're being more explicit now about what we take and don't take.
I'm gonna be in my
I'm gonna
normal
leave all
armor.
of my armor
because I'm
it
gonna
takes
be
10 minutes to
invisible.
put it on.
I don't wear armor normally, so and we're not. At least I'll bring to the toast to the town like most of my stuff. Like I don't really see a point in leaving behind most of my stuff, but like once we go to the vulnerable vagrant, I'll maybe unload some things. Like I'm not taking my great axe.
Yeah, I'll have all my stuff just because.
Well,
I'll
I
be
mean, I'll
invisible,
put
so.
your great axe in
Yeah,
The
in the
bag.
bag, right?
holding just in case something happens. But like, I'm gonna leave all my armors behind because
Nah, you can leave it
10
here
minutes
because
to
this is
put
a
on.
flawless plan. Nothing bad is ever gonna happen with this plan. You can just leave all your shit behind. It's gonna work out fine.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I still have those 2 stink sacks from the groundhogs we could use.
We also
Oh,
have fake
yeah.
vomit.
I have fake vomit. Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Big brain idea. What if we take the stink sacks, pop them like sort of around Ian's tent so people don't go near his tent?
You could have Lugo do that even.
Yeah, I'm saying like Lugo can Lugo can pop the stink sacks near the tent. So people are like, Ian's tent smells terrible, so I'm not gonna go over there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I mean, it's a stink sack, so it'll just smell like a skunk. So I'm down.
Or weed. Sorry. Or
Some dank ass weed.
It
Or
could
lettuce.
also mess with the dogs. The dogs will have less of an idea of what's going on because they'll
I'm
be
down with that.
overwhelmed.
I think having the overwhelming smell will also help with the dogs. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm down for it.
Nice. I knew that those were gonna come in handy at some point.
I'm
Yeah,
happy you're
Lugo-
using the utility you've been accumulating for many, many years.
You know how long I've had this paralysis poison? I've been trying to find a way to use it.
This is a great use. Can't think of a better one.
This is a great use.
The Alicia girl will return with a decent amount of meat kind of bagged. She'll hand it to you. Some
I'll
with
take it.
bones on it, and then she gives you another bag of beef bone.
Yeah, I think one of you guys who's like, you guys can walk through in uniform and maybe drop some meat for him while you're walking by.
I'll handle that because I handle meat and I also have the pendant.
Hey,
That
and
works.
you have good animal handling too, right?
Well, I mean, I did get that lizard here one time. That was some good animal handling.
Yeah,
And,
but
but
what happened?
then it immediately died, but I got it there.
Kept it alive for long enough until it served its purpose, and then you're like, I give you permission to
That
die.
was so funny. I forgot about that. You rolled a nat 20 on an animal handling on an animal that was teetering. Honestly, the more animal, like the more in-line thing for that animal handling check was to put it out of its misery. But Dan wanted to keep going. And it just kind of...
I didn't give it permission to die yet until we left.
Not until I fucking get there. I will not walk, even though I can fly.
It's like what Bane said to Batman, you know? Like, once he's succumbed to despair, then he's got my permission to die. But, you know, not until then.
You gave it an honorable death.
I did. Well, I think Scorn did.
Collapsing on the ground.
Not
Yeah,
many
I think I put it
Sahelia.
in.
Not
I
many.
killed it with the sword, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Not many Sahelia get the opportunity to have an Aarakocra on their back. All right.
Ride the ground.
Eventually, you are given the uniforms. It was within an hour, but it's probably right now approaching dinner time. So like 5:50, 5:48.
I thought it was midday, so it should be sooner than that, right?
It was almost 4. No,
And
it's
that-
mid-afternoon, I said.
Oh.
It was almost 4 last time you asked for it, and he said it would
So
take
we
about
need
an
to-
hour.
We need to get over there ASAP then, because then, like, they're about to start collection soon, right?
We'll say it's almost 5. I think that's more fair. It's almost 5. But still, yeah. Time is of the essence.
All right,
Okay.
let's get going.
So are you guys putting on further disguises alongside this uniform? Are you makeup on the face? Are you changing the way your facial features look? What's the idea?
I'll definitely try to make myself look different. Not
All right,
like
so roll me charisma, or not charisma, dexterity. Whoever's trying to augment.
If someone wants to take a swig of wine beforehand.
Dexterity.
Scorn got a 13.
Oh, that was with advantage. So,
14 for Sereth.
Both double 14s. Look at you guys.
hey, that means that there's nothing that can go wrong.
So far, the plan's going well.
Yeah, we haven't left yet, but the plan's going perfectly. We haven't started the plan.
All right, so can you just briefly give me a description, Score, and what you're going for? Just super general, it's fine.
like really sunken, like dark eyes. Like I'm a very like tired employee. Maybe I'll even give myself like some like a scar or something on my face.
Okay, what age range?
Older.
All right, so like 40s?
Older than I am, like 40s, yeah.
All right, Sereth?
I'm gonna go with like short, bob length, like messy black hair. Look like I've been a smoker for a while. Like the kind of bar maiden you think could like serve you a good drink.
Okay, so late 40s still, or
Yeah,
40s?
I look younger.
And are you going under names?
I'll go with Eleanor.
Okay.
Doubt
I'll
anyone's gonna ask me my name, but
go. Oh yeah, I'll go with Jim.
Eleanor and Jim.
Jimbo. Okay. Sam, you're going invisible or not yet?
No, we'll be traveling in barrels to the.
Well, someone has to drive it. He's not giving you a driver.
Oh, well, I'm not driving. There can't
Obviously.
be an invisible driver either, so.
Good drive.
Headless horseman.
Yeah, headless horseman style.
Bodiless carriage driver. Lesser
drive.
known. Okay. I don't know if Scorn you want to drive with or
Um,
Can have be like a shipment, or
Yeah, I mean, both of you could be driving and I could be in a barrel. I'm cool with that.
yeah, that sounds fine.
all right, Sam, stealth it.
Not going invisible, so not advantage. Ugh. Yeah, I told you 30 plus stealth rolls all night. I called it.
That's
We'll
a
see.
rough one. Ugh.
No,
30,
that's a 15.
I don't know if 30 is gonna work.
15's pretty good.
Okay. Let me change the music real quick.
Squat, but your wings are hanging out of the barrel with a 30.
No, it's like I always envision when Sam stealths, it's like in Skyrim, if you max your stealth, you can literally crouch walk in like 10 feet within somebody and they wouldn't know.
Yeah, as soon as you go stealth, they don't know you're there when you max stealth
Must
out.
have been
That's
the
exactly what it's like. I just crouch down. You guys go, shit, where'd you go? Then I stand back up. You're like, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
That's how I envision it. All right. Change the music up. We're ready to kick into the next part of session. So, you guys make your way out, kind of ushered out. I'm going to assume the barrel was brought down. Sam's put in it. You guys carry him out. No one really is going to bat an eye. They're just eating. Make me a perception check, Sereth or Scorn.
Go ahead.
Perception.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
You notice outside of the House of Elixir, or not outside, excuse me, in that when you first came here with the Duchess, you sat in a private room, kind of a showroom at night where the Ruby of the Night would perform. You look into that room, and seated there, as was when you first were there, is Captain Asmos, his son, his wife, and a few guard, sitting at the table you once sat at.
In the House of Elixir?
Yep. Sitting at that kind of long table. Before they were in a private booth, but they have a bigger party. Sitting with them is a man, very kind of young face. You can definitely tell he uses hair dye. It's kind of like that kind of. On his beard and his hair, it's like almost too black for his kind of wrinkled face. And he wears a very slim, tight-fitted velvet suit that is red with a dark black undershirt underneath his blazer and a red bow tie. Kind of a step up from the redcoats you saw before who were taking down scores. This guy is wearing a much nicer suit, kind of separating himself from them, and he seems to be at the head of the table. As you walk out carrying this barrel that is containing Sam, you can hear a little bit of conversation. He seems to be toasting. And to good fortune and a noble harvest. And he'll kind of nod forward, clink his drink on the next person. Asmos is sitting directly next to him, and his family on the same side as him. And they all cheers and drink. There is a little bit of a cursory glance that you get from some of the people at the table, including this man at the head of the table. Do you choose to linger a little bit, or do you want to just, no pun intended, barrel your way forward?
I guess you can down, like, just give me a second. Like making like, oh, it's heavy, so just need like a break for a second before we pick it up and keep moving. It's like out of the way, but like still like within earshot.
Okay, just make a performance check. The DC is going to be pretty low because they're preoccupied. Just to see if you can kind of sell it a little bit. There is real weight to the actual barrel, so okay, yeah. You know, you kind of wipe your brow as you put down, kind of.
Get cloth out of my pocket.
Yeah, a little bit theatrics. Scorn, you follow suit, kind of understanding what's going on a little bit. Okay.
Yeah,
You hear
85 pounds of weight.
Yep.
Including the barrel, or excluding the barrel, rather.
You hear, just as they kind of all laugh and talk to each other, of cutting through the noise a little bit, but that was a very good perception roll. You hear Asmos talking to this figure at the front of the table, and he addresses him by the name of Marcus. He says, Marcus, there are some things that we should talk about privately after this. And Marcus apparently says, Of course, of course. Just enjoy the dinner for now. Business later. Kind of smile. The wife looks over, kind of smiles at the wife, and continues to schmooze. Do you want to stay longer or leave?
I think it'll be a good time to leave.
Okay. You make your way out. There is a cart waiting for you with a single horse drawing it. Kind of an older steed. Expendable steed. Where is your...
Elias crying.
Where is Lugo?
Hugo is walking around with me.
So he would have been in the dining hall, the dining room?
Guess, because like...
Unless you want to throw him in the barrel, too.
Yeah, I guess he'll be in the barrel.
Sam, make a con save.
Oh no!
I got Lugo in here with me.
Lugo's farting.
Do you have any
farting up a
inspiration at
storm.
all, or no?
No.
Okay. As you place the barrel down, Lugo kind of lands on Sam a little weird, and you hear a little like not like a squeak. It's more like a high-pitched yelp. Could be from the dog, or could be from Sam. You're not really sure. And some heads turn as you start to pick the barrel back up. As soon as that noise is heard, you hear behind you a figure saying, "Just right outside, please, quickly. I have guests, hurry up." And then he'll kind of like say loudly, "God, you can't find good help," and just kind of shoo you out the door. "Forgive me. Sorry, everyone. Carry on." He'll turn and look at you and kind of give you the fuck out of here look. Okay. That was close. A little bit lower. You might have spilled out, Sam.
I mean,
All right.
Yeah, but he would have been super stealthy about it.
Well, he probably would have had to go invisible.
yeah.
Then you have that. Why are you carrying a dog in a barrel?
We'd be like, what? How did that get in there?
I told you something was
Size of
alive.
this rat.
This is a new day from when we did all the other reconnaissance, right?
That happened the
The
previous
first thing
night.
we did today was go to the class.
Yes.
I don't really know what you're referring to.
But when we found Curly and did all that.
No, that was last night.
Oh
Right,
wait, so then
So,
oh,
that,
so it's
that
been-
all, so that we had a long rest, right?
oh
Yep.
yeah. My
Okay.
bad. That's not the first thing we did today.
It is. Yeah, you've had a long rest. This is a new day. That was the previous night because Scorn
Okay.
was there. And then, if you recall, I don't know if you recall, Sareth felt like she was being watched and then dispelled it.
Yes.
Okay. So, on to and forward here. Draw me the path you'd like to take to the vulnerable vagrant toast of the town.
I guess a decent straight shot that's not like would be like not conspicuous. So whatever like a decent road is, where other carts would be traveling.
I'm
Okay.
thinking this.
See it, Tony.
So you want to go through the middle of the town square?
I think that would make sense because, like you said, we want to be inconspicuous and just do what makes sense. Like it would be weird if a cart went like any
Like
other
back
route
roads.
than
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
All right, you set out.
Or would it be weird?
Who is
Bum,
So Sareth, you're the one who has the reins,
Sure.
or do you
Yeah,
want
Sarah's
Scorn to?
driving.
Okay.
I'm looking.
All right, so you're just kind of sitting in the front of the stagecoach, relaxing. Barrels in the back. There are a few barrels. There's a tarp kind of draped over it, but not in an inconspicuous way, like not like actively hiding, just kind of covering from the elements. All right, can you leave up if you hit Control Z? Can you just leave up your path for me?
Oh yeah. I'll just redraw it. That's not
Okay.
working. There's a little nick right there.
Yep.
Where I didn't mean for it to be, but
Okay, fair enough. So, passing by the Nobles Club and the Respite Inn and all these lovely places that you went to, kind of reminding you of a few days prior, a life of luxury you once had has now been stripped away.
at Leather
Um,
Daddy's.
Leather daddies too. You pass by, nothing really seems out of the ordinary. If you would both make me perception. And Sam, I want you to make another con save. Lugo, at this point, I assume, is out of the barrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Lugo can do perception too, and he has advantage on it.
Okay.
That relies on hearing or smelling.
Okay, go ahead and roll for him.
Roll 2d20. He has a +3.
Double
16?
13.
So Sam, starting with you, it is getting uncomfortable. It's hot in there. It's dark. It smells like ale. It's obviously as dry as could be, but probably not dry enough. You're not liking it at all. You're cramped in kind of the fetal position.
I never do like it.
You don't know if it stays at this rate, you don't know how long you could last without having to prop open the top and get some fresh air.
They
All right.
say it gets easier, but it never does.
With the 21 Scorn, as you guys approach the town square, remember over here is the first place you saw carts pull up and unloading chunks of Cyclops.
Yep.
You see that building in particular is no longer being serviced. There are boards on the front where the garage door was and boards on the windows. It seems to be completely out of service. Now, do you guys... I don't remember if I gave you this information. Did someone give you a card with an address on it? Or a name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How did we forget that? How did we forget
And
to
the
tell them
Crown
that?
Crest business card.
Okay, so
No,
I did give you.
yeah, that was it.
No, I'm pretty sure we told him about the guy that was looking for us when we.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We told them about it.
Oh, we did. Okay.
I remember telling them.
All right.
It was the bounty hunters that were looking for us. They gave us a card with the name when we were disguised as students.
Yep.
Yeah,
We told them about that. Okay.
told
Okay.
when we got back.
My bad.
So-
My bad.
That
I
happened
just
the
wa-
day before.
So I didn't delineate in my notes. There was a few cards that you could have been given. Do you have the name?
Tommy Russo.
Yeah, it was okay. It was Tony Russo. Okay. And it's
Tony
the crown.
or Tommy?
I believe I have in my notes it's Tommy, but did I say Tony?
Right there you said Tony, so I was like, oh, did I write it wrong?
Tommy Russo.
Okay. So, you notice that building now, for the first time having passed through the square in a long time, the Crown Crest. And it is this building right here. This one. I guess I'll draw a little dot on it. This one. That's the Crown Crest. It's about 4 stories. Only business there is the Crown Crest. It's kind of like in New York how you have those signs that say the name vertically. That's what it kind of is like. Brick building, fairly nice looking. Nothing inconspicuous seems to be going on there. Just a nice building. There are a normal presence of guard in the town square. And if someone would like to roll me a D100, that would be excellent.
Tony, you want this one?
I got it.
Got it.
5.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's go, baby. The lower the better on this one, right?
Okay, 5. Sorry, it took me a little while to find that place. Okay. A 5. You guys spot. Do you remember Mutton Chops?
Like the haircut?
No, like the guy you saw in the archive?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Mutton Chops, you see him leaving from the Crown Crest towards the town square. By himself, in his trench coat, Mutton Chops still there. He seems at a hurried pace, and from the direction he's walking, it seems he's headed in this direction. Kind of pushing past people walking at almost a very fast walking.
Very brisk pace.
Additionally, shortly behind him, maybe about 150 feet, you see someone you recognize as Mr. Tommy Russo. Following him almost exactly at a hurried pace, scanning the crowd, kind of looks on alert, wearing a trench coat, same kind of hat, pipe, typical.
He left from the place that Tommy Russo gave us the card for, right?
Yes, they're all heading that direction, and behind him on either side are there's two people, one on his left, one on his right, and you can see him point and shout some orders you can't hear yet, and they'll diverge and go this way, and the other one will go that way, and he'll go the way that Tommy's actually going. Not Tommy. What's his face? Mutton Chops is actually going. So you're watching that unfold as you kind of slowly roll your way through the town square. No guards are alerted at all, but Tommy and his goons definitely seem on high alert, and this Mutton Chops guy is in a full... He's not running, but very close to it.
Does it look like trying to get away from them?
That conclusion can be drawn fairly easily, yeah, I would say. Do you want to do anything or continue forward?
I don't know anything because I'm in a barrel.
Yep, and you're still kind of rolling through town square.
Where are we exactly when we see this? Just so
So
that we know
you are
what sort of decisions we could make.
So you are probably just entering the square. I'm going to change my color, and that speck will be you. Probably just like right here. And I would say Tommy would be back here. One goon goes this way. The other one's following him, but Tommy points in this direction. So for the sake of that, I'll just draw him here. Okay. And then that other guy is like here, heading behind you where you came from. Mutton Chops.
Okay.
You
You want to follow this guy?
I mean, what time is it? It's like, well, I can't say anything.
I just mean instead of going the way that we said, going like
around. So Tommy's trying. So Mutton Chops is going south.
this way.
Mutton Chops is going towards the direction you came from.
Okay.
And Tommy is following him with his goons going in the other directions.
I'm just saying, like, do you want to alter course? Go
Yeah,
like just so we can maybe see a little bit more.
Yeah, and I can kind of like sort of cut Tommy off and be like, "Oh, sorry about that. The horses, you know how they are."
If you don't think that would draw attention, sure, but he's seen us, so be careful.
Yeah, but we're in disguises.
Okay, so make an animal handling check.
Animal handling to kind of.
If I touch my pendant, can I assist?
Are you using a use of that?
Oh, I didn't know it had uses.
Wait,
tell me?
is this dependent with animal handling advantage on animal handling?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that doesn't. Yeah. If you're not driving, so you won't really be able to help him.
Okay.
If you took the reins, you would get the check with advantage, but
Oh, it doesn't need it.
Oh, let's go.
Sick.
all the years riding Lugo, who listens to your every command, somehow you manage to perfectly align yourself with this horse's train of thought and immediately diverge it into the path of Mutton Chops, and he slams into the side of the horse, or your cart rather.
I was trying to like, separate Mutton Chops from.
Oh, you're letting him pass.
Yeah, that was my.
I
thought.
understand. I misunderstood you. So you can definitely do that. Natural 20, of course. So as soon as he crosses the path of your cart, you immediately turn, and about a second or so later, maybe a little bit more, like 5-10 seconds, Tommy Russo comes. He says, "What are you doing? Like, get out the way!" And he'll like kind of like yell and look over the cart.
Oh, so sorry about that, love. You know, horses can just be.
Ah, fuck you! And he'll go around.
Oh, the language on this one. You kiss your mother with that mouth.
And he's already sprinting.
Jesus.
But you gave Mutton Chops a good head start here. looking back at the commotion, Mutton Chops will try and do some stealth.
Stealth at Mutton Chops.
Mutton chop.
He's the one who helped us find the books, right? Or is that a different-
19, nice. Yeah, so he disappears into the crowd, and you guys can't see him.
See, you do right by us, we try and do right by you.
Was Mutton Chops the guy that helped us find the books? Was that him?
I don't know, was he?
I think I talked to him, right?
Yep, you did.
The only person I remember is a monk.
He followed you, by the way. I don't know if you remember that, Tony. Mutton Chops followed you to
Right. Yeah.
the
I do
Velvet
remember that.
Holdings
Yeah.
hours before you were attacked.
Yeah. He's not necessarily a good guy.
Who knows?
We don't know too much about him.
All right, so you're choosing. Are you diverting your path at all? What are you doing?
I think we're just gonna take that left path, like past the archive, past the
Yeah.
weird camp, like work.
Oh,
you're
you're
going
good.
to,
Well,
like,
that's the
here.
arm. That's the barracks. You're gonna go past the barracks.
Oh, if we're going past, if that's a barracks, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I misunderstood.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Same place, past Andrelli Square.
So,
Yeah.
so the goons, Tommy Russo's goons, are. One is going this way, the other one is going this way, and Tommy's going that way. All right.
All I
So-
know is Tommy's a bad guy who wants to hurt us, so if kind of an enemy of my enemy type of situation.
All right. Right about here is where I'd like Sam to make another con save.
Oh, that was so close to an 18.
All right, Sam, you need to peek your head out. You cannot taste the
Hey,
stale air any longer.
What if he has a +4?
Yeah, I would.
Or-
You probably would be in 10 feet. Still, a 10. You really need to get your head out of the barrel. Just your beak, so you can just inhale fresh air that doesn't smell like ale and your own filth.
Can I do one of those things where I try to carve like a hole in the barrel?
Is there a cork he can pop
Yeah.
out and then
A bunghole, it's called.
Yeah. Is there a
It's
bung
called-
hole?
That is what the name bunghole comes from. It's the
Is
hole
there-
in the. I think that's what it is. It's the hole on the like a wine barrel.
I mean, that's what it's
Do I
called
dare
now.
Google this right now?
No, that's what it is. It's canon. It's canon. This is Jared's world. It is.
No,
a
that is what
bung
it
hole.
means.
I think that's
even if
right.
it's not, it's what it is.
No, even it doesn't. Even if he's wrong, it's a bunghole now.
Oh, that's what
It's what
that
it
means.
is in our world.
Mm-hmm.
I know random facts. It's okay. Bunghole facts.
Is there a bunghole?
Jared knows a lot of bunghole facts.
There.
Very experienced.
This is not a wine barrel, so there is no bunghole.
Darn.
Ah,
I
you
will-
tease us with the bunghole.
Do I have an idea of which direction is the front and which is the back?
It's standing vertically, so above you is the top.
No. I mean, like, what's the front of the cart and the back of the cart?
I
Probably
think
at this
you'd be able to
point.
tell. It's like like when you're in a car.
Yeah, we're
driving
moving,
close, you
like,
know which
in a
direction,
direction.
you're going. If we weren't moving, then I would say
Yeah,
no.
you can tell with the relative velocity of your body hitting the barrel. Although with the recent jerk, maybe, but yeah, you can tell that which direction of your body is towards the front, unless you're
Okay,
moving backwards somehow.
I'm gonna crack like. Do I know where in the cart I am? Like on the left side or the right side?
They
Or is
put
that
you in the middle.
in the middle. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm just going to lift it up vertically just a little bit, just to get some fresh air in, and then like put it back down.
Okay. Make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. No biggie. 27.
Okay. You ever so slightly. It's kind of like that scene when they're like people are underwater and they stick the straw up. That's kind of like
Yeah.
what you do.
Reeds.
You just kind of breathe in for the moment. You have kind of recollected your thoughts and seem to have the feeling subside, but who knows if it comes back. We'll see. All right. Moving through Angarelli Square. and on to about here. You notice there is no line at the Toast of the Town. It's the evening now. They're kind of closing shop. The bakery's kind of been sold out, or what's left is not really being bought. So they're definitely in closing mode. It's right about there, actually, that Sam, you start feeling watched.
I start feeling watched.
Yeah, you start.
Inside a barrel?
It's like the feeling of someone is constantly looking at you, no matter how you turn.
But is it the same feeling that I had when that little demon thing, or is it slightly different?
It's stronger.
Stronger.
Bigger demon thing.
Remember when I had that little ghost guy steal my book?
Yeah, oh, I remember when you were up in your tree.
That was the
Yeah.
succubus that you fought in Farnfoss.
Yeah.
Succubus, succubus.
Okay.
Okay. The feeling persists until you guys stop at the back of the Toast of the Town.
I mean, there's nothing I can really. I'm in a barrel, so I can't really do anything about it.
You guys stop at the back. No one notices you. What do you do?
Start unloading.
Yeah, load the barrel into the building.
Okay. So you move the barrel towards the back of the building, and the door is locked. The back door is locked.
They're expecting us though, right?
Yeah.
They may be, but the back door is locked.
You want to go talk to your folks?
Yeah, I'll give like a nice knock.
The back door, you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. So you knock on the back door. A couple seconds pass. Maybe a minute. No one answers.
Yes. The lights on and stuff?
You can hear people inside. They're cleaning, talking. You can hear like dishes being washed close by.
Is there anybody around like that can see me?
No, you're at the back of the building. You look like you work there. No one will really care.
And the back is empty, so I'm gonna look. Can I look under the door and see like the ground?
Like inside?
Yeah, can I like see inside?
Yeah, I would say like you can see maybe within 2 feet from the door on the other side.
Alright, I'll cast Misty Step and pop onto the other side of the door.
All right, you watch as Sereth evaporates into mist. The mist kind of coagulates and moves underneath the door, and you appear on the other side in the back room of the Toast of the Town, where they kind of like knead dough and mix things and clean things. There is a person who is sitting in front of a big like barn sink cleaning dishes, and there's flour everywhere. As soon as you appear, they turn. Oh, it's your mother in disguise. Oh my gosh. What are you doing here?
Well, she's in disguise too.
Oh, shit. You're right. Well, they would be expecting you. But still, yeah. She kind of like steps back.
Why's the door locked? You knew that we were coming.
Oh, it's you. Oh
Who's
my
knocking?
god. She kind of puts a
Hear me
rolling
now?
pin down. I
Are
can't
your
hear.
AirPods in?
Yeah, she takes her AirPods out. I can't hear you, broke ass. She says, "Oh, I can't hear anyone over the ruckus I make in the sink." Oh my god, you gave me a heart attack.
I know, but this is important.
The door's
Mom.
locked because I don't know
I'm
who
gonna knock.
comes through the door. Oh, yeah, the door. You hear a score now? Well, open it.
Don't answer it.
Sarah goes to the door. Who is it?
You hear from the other room, "Honey, what is everything okay?" "Yes, we have a visitor." And he'll come step back, and you see your father. Who's
Yeah,
this?
I'm gonna be opening the door. I mean, who is this? You can't recognize me?
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, it's just you. Never mind.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
And who is this?
This is my compatriot.
Sarah's
Remember?
acquaintance. Yeah, Scorn.
that
I
recent
applied for a
job
job
offer?
here.
Did Scorn? Do I hear him walk through the door and the door close?
Oh, I would have. I
yeah.
think
You
I would
left
be
the door open to
carrying the
start carrying
barrel.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were opening the door to start carrying stuff inside.
Okay, so I'm still in the cart.
I'll go to the barrel and
Yeah,
start
we're
unloading.
carrying the
Sam.
barrels in, and then the one that I know Sam is in, we'll say, "Here, Dad, can you open this one?" As we start carrying more in.
He kind of looks at you funny. He'll pry it open.
As soon as the lid creaks, I fucking like bust out.
Like a fucking can of worms.
Yeah. I'm free. God, I hate these
Smells like-
fucking barrels.
Smells like wine and celestial dog farts.
Beer. It's beer. It's
Well, I like seeing you
beer.
all. You all. What is going on?
I'm sorry. You should have gotten word that we were stopping by, right? Temporarily.
Honey, did you get word? Oh, yes. Just help him out of the barrel. He'll help you out.
We're making a play, and we needed to be within a mile of the vulnerable vagrant, and we thought this would be a good spot.
This is a perfect spot, and I hope you don't mind, honey. And she looks at you, Sarah. I know you're all a little bit old, but I made you goodie bags. And she'll kind of give you each a brown
I'm glad
bag.
you said that because I was gonna start snacking.
I know. The pantry is yours. Whatever we didn't sell, you can eat.
Yeah, but I want to see what you packed me first. I'm
Of
not gonna
course.
Go,
Open it up,
you
open it
curated
up.
Something.
Do I still feel watched?
Yes.
But hold on, I feel like someone's watching me right now. Like,
As I go to open it, Sam says that, and I like kind of close it. Like what?
yeah, you know that feeling like someone's just intensely staring at you.
How long have you
Um,
been feeling like that?
At some point when I was in the barrel, I don't exactly know where I was at the
Are
time.
you sure it's not like jitters or something?
You were in a barrel.
Oh, this has happened before, so I think he.
Well, it's happened to you before, right, Sarah?
Yes.
How
Poorly.
did you get rid of that? Can you
Just stopped. No, I cast a spell magic on
Yeah,
it.
could you do that again on me, maybe?
I can only do that twice, so let's wait for like a sensitive time.
Well, our location might be sensitive.
Alright, yeah, so I'll cast it.
What level
It's a
are you
spell-
casting
spell
it?
magic. Highest that I can, level 3, because I'm a half caster. So,
You have to roll.
if
You
it-
have to roll.
okay, so I have to make an ability check using my spellcasting modifier. So I have to make a charisma check.
10 plus the spell's level is the DC.
Oh,
Okay.
not a 12th level spell.
Yeah, 12 level spell.
You have successfully shooed away whatever Sam was feeling.
Thank you, Sarah. Who's doing that? We really gotta figure that shit out.
Well, you're being watched? That was real?
Yeah,
it's
it's
not the first
happened
time.
in the past. I don't want to.
I don't know if this is the same or the same person doing it or different. I mean, I guess it could be that succubus. They might be pretty PO.
Oh, what?
Trying to scare my parents?
We've been through a lot.
I meant that figuratively. It was just an
Oh.
angry ex. I just call her a
Well,
succubus.
I'm not your mother, but I would caution you to use friendlier language when describing a woman.
Yes.
You know,
Right,
that's-
Sarah?
Punch him in the arm.
Yes,
What-
Punch
Sam.
him in the arm.
That was in bad taste. It was a messy breakup. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, she did steal from him.
Yes, she did.
Well, that's no good. Why don't we open these goodie bags?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be exactly what I need.
Okay.
I'll open mine.
All right. So, there is a few little individual flavors of macaroons.
Wait, macaroons or macarons?
Macaroon.
No, it'd be
French.
macaron.
Yeah, it's macarons.
Macaroni. It's the plural.
Macaroons
Macaroons are coconut.
are the coconut clusters. Macarons are the fancy French like sandwich cookies.
Okay, yeah, macarons. There you go. Thank you. Various flavors. Vanilla, some sort of fruit, maybe like a berry, and then chocolate. Each of you. And then Sareth, she has your favorite, which I think wasn't a cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
That's in there for you. Scorn, she gave you a big cupcake with frosting, vanilla frosting, and sprinkles. And inside, she tells you, is some sort of berry compote.
And Sam is birdseed.
Sam, she gives you carrots. No, carrot sticks. So you have the macarons. Macaron. You also have in there snickerdoodles. You have brownies, no icing. And then you have a beautiful eclair. And she says, I also made strawberry shortcake. It's out on the table out front. Help yourself. I know, whatever you don't eat, this one will. And she kind of taps on her husband's belly. So please eat as much as you can. He's like, hey. And I got cheesecake and cooling down if you want some of that too.
Oh, I am just salivating. I haven't had food like this in a very long time.
I am happy to be home.
Sarah, I'll turn to Sarah. How'd you grow up like this and not look like me? What? You must have the metabolism from the gods.
I am a heavenly being, and I was part of the very strict Protectorate of Helm regiment.
Do we have Lugo on his way to the Vulnerable Vagrant, by the way?
You haven't sent him
Yeah, I
out
can
yet.
I'll send him out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get to the task at hand, actually.
I get distracted by tasty treats.
This is Jared's plan. Just get distracted by food. And it's like, all right, it's 11 o'clock at night. Fuck.
You guys are drunk on sweets.
Yeah, we got sugar high. We all crash. Wake up at 11. You're like, fuck.
You're all tucked in bed somehow.
Back to the Hall of Elixir. So, the House of Elixir. So, we need to try it again. There are complications.
Let's just erase us coming up with this plan from your memory.
Do you guys?
Not for another 3 days.
I'm asking Sarah's parents. Do you guys have any strawberry cupcakes?
We certainly do.
Can I have 2 of them wrapped up in a box to go?
Of course. Honey, you want to get on that?
Bears?
Hmm.
Coconut
Yeah.
bears?
Yeah.
Butter him up. I like
Well,
it.
enjoy. I'm just gonna finish cleaning up. If you guys need anything, don't be afraid to nag me. How long you staying? You think?
not
We
even
won't
for the
be staying
night,
that
just-
long, yeah.
Till
Yeah.
about midnight-ish.
Oh, that's plenty of time. Maybe I'll crack open a bottle. Maybe get some food.
I get the
Food,
cupcake.
yes. Bottle, I'm not so sure.
They can have it. We just won't.
Yeah, you can have it. But
I give the cupcakes to Sarah, and I'm like, let's put this in the bag of holding. I feel like it'd be less likely to be disturbed in some like extra dimensional void.
I was gonna say it's like a little pocket dimension.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we'll put it in there.
Look at you guys
Pop
and
it.
your fancy items and trinkets. She kind of grabs your cheek, Sareth. Grow up so fast. Getting old.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. I'm gonna grab the other cheek.
Hey, how old are my parents? Because I'm pretty sure I'm 50.
They're old.
They're
They had you
old.
when you were
Yeah.
young, but they're old. They're like pushing late 60s. But they look good for their age, you know? Genetics run in the family. All right, so they'll kind of leave you to yourself for the time being. When they finish up, they'll come nag you again. Maybe eat some food. You guys go eat your goodie bags. It's like that little shop that you went on the way here. Kind of like that kind of shop, that bakery that Scorn stayed in line for.
Right.
But better. These are skilled people.
I give all of my chocolate items to Sareth and Scorn. Chocolate is toxic to birds.
Oh man.
But you're immune to poison and stuff.
Oh, you know, that's a
But
good
except
point.
chocolate.
That's,
That
no,
is
no, no.
true.
That's a good point. I'm gonna go. Normally this would kill me, but I think I could actually eat this now.
It's like when
I'm a
Ben
monk.
pops like a pill or like
Oh,
his
lactate.
Lactate.
lactate, so he can
Or
eat his ice cream.
Kevin from The Office when he's eating the walnut brownies from Angela.
So
He's
worth
allergic.
it.
He's like, or like the drug cupcakes. You're like, it's okay. I'm gonna. Put
Kevin,
some
are
in.
you sure you want to eat this? And he
Alright,
just
you
kinda-
guys can keep talking. I'm gonna head to the back and try and focus through Lugo's eyes.
All right, let me know when it's time, and I'll take out the wand.
And I'm gonna head
Bippity
back.
boppity boop.
Well, I should hold on to the wand.
Oh, you haven't been there though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
but wait, but to seeing it through Lugo's
see
eyes,
through Lugo's eyes,
Count?
so I can cast it anywhere.
then
that
here,
I can see.
take
But
it.
do you need to be attuned to the wand?
Yes.
So Scorn would have to do it.
Okay.
Do we have enough time for attunement? I
No,
don't think so.
I think that takes like an hour.
At least.
So I mean, you can just tell Scorn's seen it, so you can just tell Scorn when to do it, and he'll cast it there.
Okay.
All right. So
Lugo.
Or need to have. Oh no, you don't need to have line of sight of it to do it, right?
Nope.
No,
he just has to
needs
have seen it.
have seen it and
Okay,
be
great.
within a mile.
Okay. So you push Lugo forward into the busy streets of later evening. It's approaching dinner time. People are still out and about. You're near the Marquette Square, so the guard presence is also heavy here. It's generally heavy regardless, but here as well.
Can we do our bathroom break now?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
I feel like this is a
No,
good time.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely. So 5-minute break. We'll be back.
And then we'll pick up with Lugo's eyes.
Lugo's eyes. That's the name of the next chapter.
I've never had a prouder DM moment than when I left to get the food and I came back and you were still talking about it.
It's all Cal. That's what it is. Like we're so paranoid after Cal.
Yeah, he was a perfect boss
But look,
for that.
we got the stellar 5-head plan. I think this is going to go flawlessly. Out of
Yeah.
all of our plans, I think this is the best one.
I think I've scarred you guys for life with Cal.
And let's
To be
also
fair,
not say
We're
that
also immortal, so if it did go wrong, then nothing bad's gonna happen.
True.
Yeah, I know. It's low consequence, but we also got into the city with no problems too. So we're doing our plans have been
So basically,
set
like
up.
we just shouldn't have any more issues the whole campaign.
Ever again.
We're good.
Ever again, we're good.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So, through the eyes of the Mastiff,
Side
Eyes
assault.
of Lugo.
you push Lugo forward through the busy streets into the back where the vulnerable vagrant is. I will take Lugo now for my next trick. I will place him where you would end up. Okay. So, you start from the way you're going over here.
Where is over here?
All the way on the left.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I see him.
All right. So treat these people as is, like where they are. Most of them are kind of chilling, doing a little bit of yard work. Some of them are moving, and I'll move them. I think we should make an initiative. So go ahead and roll for Lugo.
Oh, Lugo's a cute looking boy.
Yeah, I there were some ugly ass mastiffs, so I had to make Lugo. I had to make him cute.
It's a +2 dex.
So 15.
Quick boy.
Okay, I pre-rolled all of these people, so some of them move in like waves together, just so I don't have to play 25 different people at once. Okay, I'll let you get first turn.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, whoops.
I'm still there.
That's Tony on the map.
I'll let you get first roll because it's kind of like surprise or whatever. I mean, you're just moving through, so you can go first.
Tony, where you
So
at?
whereabout
Right?
is Ian's tent?
Over here.
This, I think.
Yeah.
Son? Okay. Oh, what is my movement?
You know what? Actually, for the sake of this, I think I
40
should
feet.
do this. 1 sec. Just reveal what you can see to make it a little more suspenseful.
What if we had like a 3D
If only.
phone?
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I was about to say we could do that now, but I was afraid out. It's Connor's the reason we can't.
Yeah.
So directly ahead of Lugo, he sees the shrubbery on the outside of these buildings. Most of them are 1 or 2 story.
Am I
made
inside
of-
or outside?
You are outside. You're right on the left here.
Okay.
You see a lady who's kind of tending to a little bit of a garden she's growing. Those are signs, by the way, not fences. So she's kind of like tending to the front shrubbery. It looks like this is a sort of small business of some kind.
Alright, so Lugo's gonna walk the 25 feet up to her and kind of like look at her hint a little bit, see if she gives him like a little something. I play it to the
Yeah,
stray dog.
so
Okay.
she'll turn and kind of look a little bit. You can see that she is a female dwarf, kind of really wrinkled face, very like almost like swollen somehow, and wrinkled. And she kind of looks, gives you like a little pet. Are you lost? Kind of underneath the ears. Good boy.
Take note of anyone who's mean to this dog because we're gonna
Yeah.
come for them this evening.
It's true.
She's just kind of like looking at you, petting. She looks concerned that there's a random dog. What are you choosing to do?
We'll keep moving. Go here.
She lives.
She'll kind of like watch as you leave, kind of like puzzled. Look around to see if there's like an owner, and then kind of go back to her business.
This woman gets to live.
Okay.
Past the tent.
All right. Next up. So you are now kind of seeing backfield here. So this looks like some kind of archery range, kind of training area. Okay. I'd say that's probably about what you can see. So it's this. I separated into thirds, so this third of people is now going to go.
So this area, like kind of, it's like blocked off here, is a building.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
That's the outer wall there.
Or acre.
I just want to get... You probably could see this whole alleyway here. So I just want to be accurate for you, in case you choose to pivot. Okay. That's good enough. So this guard on horseback is going to be moving through. 10, 15, 20. He'll kind of just look at you, or the dog, and kind of assume that it belongs to this lady, just by proximity, and continue on his way. This way.
The lady coming in clutch.
I mean, if it
He's gonna
didn't,
join
what
the
was he gonna
team.
do? Like arrest the dog?
You're gonna hit it.
Okay, this guy is going...
Then we just have to kill him this evening.
Yeah.
He's going to walk this way, bend down, and take a piss. No, I'm kidding. He's going to walk
Down
this
to
way
this.
towards you, and he's going to turn here, and he's going to start, like, shouting. Lugo understands all languages, right?
He understands any language that I speak.
Understood. Okay. Yeah, so this guy's speaking in common. I just didn't know if there was, like, a way, like, if Lugo knew language or not. Oops. You can see he's shouting, "Hey, Sean!" And this guy kind of turns. He'll walk forward, and they'll just start having a conversation. Okay, it's your turn.
So he understands one language of my choice that I speak. So he understands common.
You are free to move about the cabin.
I will keep on trucking along. 30 feet over there.
I think you can dash.
Can dash, yeah.
So you're heading. This is heading away from the vulnerable vagrant. This right behind you is the vulnerable vagrant. You can see the words out front, or I guess actually this is the back, but you can kind of tell. Have you ever seen the vulnerable vagrant yourself? No. Okay,
I
so
haven't
you.
been back there.
Yeah, I don't think you would know from looking at the back of the building. To be fair, then. But this direction, should you choose to continue, is not the right direction.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear any commotion or anything? If this is where a cluster of people are.
Sure. Go ahead and make it. I think you have advantage on it.
I do.
Sam,
Yes.
Let's see.
you start to feel watched again.
Again? Oh my god.
Perception +3, wisdom.
Where is everyone in the shop? Like, I know Sarah's in the back.
I would probably be like with you, but like on call, like waiting for Sarah to let me
Alright,
know.
I'm gonna go back to where the guys are. Well, the guys, figuratively, not literally. And I'm gonna go, guys, I feel like the watching is back again.
I have +1 wisdom and then +3 to perception.
Okay. Do you answer to that scoring at all?
I mean, Sarah's probably like in like a semi-lucid state, right? Like she can understand what's going on.
I don't have to be focusing to look to see what Lugo's seeing, but I think because I'm full on focusing, controlling everything that he's doing, and because I don't control him, I can basically having a conversation with him the whole time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You're kind of
I'll just-
commanding him what to do.
I won't interrupt Sarah then, at least now, unless Sam really wants me to. But I'll just say to Sam like, "Hey, man, is it like the same sort of feeling that you felt with the succubus, or how you like? Do you think we could wait, or is this pressing?"
I mean, I feel like it would depend on who's watching, right?
Yeah, there's no way you could tell. Yeah.
I don't think I could tell who's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back in the
I can't
barrel.
see through his eyes, but I can just hear. He can talk to me.
Oh, you can't see through his eyes. Okay.
No, yeah, I can just. He's just telling me everything that he sees.
Okay.
I can tell him.
Oh,
to
so then
do.
it's good that I have the wand.
Yeah, it's good that you have the wand
Yeah.
then.
Very true.
So are you guys doing anything?
It's up to Sam.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's a very good thing that someone's watching me.
There's not really much you can do unless
But
you.
I can't do anything about it.
Would you feel comfortable like getting in a closet or something?
Yeah, maybe.
What do you feel like is the nature of this watching? Like, is it you specifically, or like where you are?
Is there anything I can discern, Jared?
You just feel like no matter what you do, where you go, there's just something somewhere is looking at every move you make.
So, like, me and my surroundings, or just me?
I mean, I guess by
But
proxy your surroundings, but it seems like the feeling, I mean, you feel watched. You yourself feel watched.
Yeah, well, then maybe I will go.
I guess it's you because Scorn or I didn't feel watched.
It hasn't happened on multiple people yet at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Not
saying.
at the same time. All right, you know what? Then I'm going to go sit in the pantry and maybe I'll organize it or something. I don't know. You guys just come get me when it's time to move out.
Hang out, eat
All right.
your.
I'm sorry,
macaroni.
Sam.
All right.
So I'm going to head off to the pantry.
About a minute later, this is kind of happening while Lugo has been moving. You hear a knock at the front door. Immediately, Mara, right? That's her name? Mara? And Taran?
Amara.
Yeah, Amara and Taran, right? Got it. Nailed it. Amara comes running in. Someone's here. Just... shit. Just stay here and act like you're doing something.
I'm in the pantry, right?
Yeah, you're
So
not
I'm
there. Just try not to make too
Amara-
much noise.
Can I go with you just in case you need help or?
I think you should stay. I don't know who this is.
All right.
Just be quiet. And then she'll turn. You hear the door jingle open and the locks turn. Hi, I'm sorry, we're closed. You hear... Make a perception check, Scorn. Okay, you hear just a faint bit. Hi, I know it's closed. I have some questions. Can I come in? I'm sorry, we're cleaning. Is tomorrow a better time? And you can hear nothing after that, and footsteps going in. You don't know how many. And the jingle of the door closes. The jingle closes or sounds as the door closes.
But I heard someone enter the building.
Definitely sounds like more than just Taran and Amara are in the building now. And you can hear muffled like, kind of like that.
Does it sound aggressive at all?
You would recognize that voice, probably,
I
even with
sure
that
would.
role, as being Mr. Russo.
Oof.
And
Okay.
he seems like his associates. If you'd like to get closer to the doorway, separating you from the front, you may be able to hear better, but you may run the risk of being found. What would you like to do?
I will. How does the wand work? Can I cast clairvoyance and still have?
It's concentration.
How many spells do you have? Or how many slots does it have?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
The wand, you're asking? It has 3 slots.
But it's like it's only one per spell, or is it?
Yes.
No, it's any of that collection of spells.
Yes.
Right.
You can cast the same spell up to 3 times if you'd like. But each slot has its own recharge time.
Okay,
That's
right.
the
And
catch.
one that needs to recharge still has another day, right? It's been 2 days.
Well, we haven't used it at all.
No, it was fully charged when you got it.
Oh, that's fully charged, and we haven't used it yet. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm good to. I'll cast clairvoyance with the wand because I've been in there
You're
for-
in the tent.
for hearing. No, not in the tent.
Oh, in the other room.
yeah.
understood,
I want to
understood.
hear. I just want
Okay.
to hear what's going on.
All right, so not see, just hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you want the clairvoyance orb to go?
Sort of in the middle of the room, so I
Okay.
can get a good.
All right, so it's in the middle of the room. You immediately, it turns from muffled voices to crystal clear audio, 4K audio. You kind of sit intently listening. Now, I will say, while you're listening to the orb, you're probably going to be a little bit deafened to the area around you immediately, if that makes sense. Not deafened, but at a little bit of a disadvantage. I think that's fair. Sam is still in the pantry.
Like having headphones on.
You don't really have any notice of anything, Sam. You're just in the pantry.
Yeah.
You feel watched still
I'm organizing their spices.
by alphabetical.
Bring it in alphabetical order.
That will recharge tomorrow.
Nice.
Okay, so you watch, or you hear rather, from the front room. Look, we don't want any trouble, lady. I just gotta ask you some questions. My buddies here are gonna take a look around the joint, and we'll get out of your hair in no time. Okay? I'm sorry, I can't let that. We have delicate things. I don't want you rummaging, lady. We're not gonna rummage through shit. I don't want anything here. Okay? We're looking for somebody. Have you seen him? And he's gonna put out like a photo. You don't know. You kind of hear paper. Amara takes it. Taran comes in now. Hey, look, let's just take a second. Let's not get heated here. We'll be happy to help you. We just want to know what this is about and who you work for. You know, troubled times. We're going to be friendly. You don't need to know who I work for, okay? You want me out of your hair? No problems. Just do what I say, and I'll get out in no time. Are you doing anything, Scorn?
Yeah, I want to go get Sam in the pantry and tell him to get back into the barrel in the back. Because the barrel, so we could. I'm saying I'm trying to say let's load you back onto this cart just to make it look like a cart with a barrel on it, nothing more.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
I could just go invisible.
Oh, that's true.
So do you still tell Sam of the situation?
Yeah, I'm explaining
All right,
the situation.
so you should make a stealth check because you're moving in that room.
Okay.
You can use your booties if you want.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Making your way in this unfamiliar territory, you know, it's wooden floors, so you might hear some creaking. You make your way over to Sam, who's in the closet. He's on letter, let's just say letter F in terms of organizing spices. Taking his time.
See, we got kettle seed goes here.
The door swings open.
Sam, there's a guy here looking for you. I think you need to hide.
Okay, I'm going to put my hood on. I'll go invisible. And I'm just going to. I'm gonna say, don't get too close. I don't want them to see. And then just hide, stay in a corner somewhere.
Okay. Sareth, at this point, you know something's up. Scorn has left the room. Your mother kind of went out in a hurry. Are you doing anything?
I will, I guess, just be in the back looking like I'm being busy.
Okay.
But still just not really doing anything, just focusing on Lugo.
What would you like Lugo to do now?
I did that 20.
Oh, perception? Lugo smells very strong smell of fire, fresh fire, wood burning. And it's coming from, over in this general area of his nose, kind of tells him. As far as what he hears, there is distant, very low chattering, but he's got good ears, and that's a great roll. The smell and... That was the best roll. The smell in conjunction with the noise would probably say the big crowd of people is over here. And in fact, he can see, kind of looking up, a very faint black pillar of smoke. Very, very faint, kind of starting to form. Like a fire has just been started.
I'll use the rest of my 10 feet of movement, and then I'll use the dash action. Can I see?
Yep.
Go over here. Doesn't look passable.
No, that you could fit through. It would be double movement.
Small.
Yeah, it would be double movement though.
5, so that puts me to.
That is definitely
20.
difficult terrain, if I had to say
Yeah.
so.
All
So
right.
I can get just to the other side of it.
You can see a guy unloading barrels. Not barrels, but just small little chests and things out from the building behind you, which has no windows, looks like an outside storeroom, and it looks like he's, from his footfalls, bringing them into this open door. I will start to open up the rest of this scene for you.
I'll hang kind of in this awkward spot.
Okay, he doesn't really pay you any mind either.
He can't. Yeah.
All right, let's say you can probably start to see a good chunk of the camp. Yeah, line of sight there. I'll just say you can probably see most of it, excluding the part shielded by the building. I think that's about right. All right. Scorn, are you in the closet with Sam?
Well, I would have just told him and then gotten back to
Okay.
assessing the situation.
All right, you can hear.
Parents safe.
You can hear from the other room. It's kind of getting a little heated. especially this Tommy guy. Look, I have it on good authority. The guy we're looking for is here. You seen him? No, I told you I haven't. And no one would be here. We were just in the back room cleaning. Lady, I'm not going to ask again. And he's going to, like, kind of... And you can hear footsteps leaving the direction of the orb towards the far reaches of the room. And
Like
you can
closer
hear,
to me?
Yes, you can hear now. It's kind of weird. For a second, focusing through the orb, it's getting distant. But as soon as you focus on where you are, you can start to hear footsteps.
I'm gonna act like I'm walking the same way and like bump into him.
Before that, you hear a loud, like a loud voice. Please stop! And you hear a loud thud and a groan. Ah! And like kind of like footfalls, heavy footfalls, and another voice. Look, we didn't want to have to do it. Back away from the door. At this point, the door starts to swing open. And you are walking out?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as the door opens, you see in front of you black trench coat, sort of the black hat, very sleek, kind of black, blending in with the night. Guy, human dressed in this fashion, clean shaven, pointy nose. You can see he's got on his fist brass knuckles, which are bloodied, and you can see Taran is holding his nose. Blood is kind of around his hand. He's immediately behind him, getting pulled back by the other goon as the door swings open. Tommy's in the middle where the orb is around, and then Amara is right sort of in front of him, in front of the main glass where they keep the goodies. That makes sense. So the goons have made it around the glass and are about to enter the back room when the door swings open and you walk in. What are you doing? And he kind of like cocks back.
Whoa. Whoa, I heard a commotion. What's going on here? I thought we were closed, Amara. What's...
She looks at you, her eyes wide. As you say, Amara.
I thought she was... Didn't she tell us her name was Amara? Like when she didn't know who we were?
She did not.
I thought that was the whole thing, that her alternate identity had the same name as Sarah's real parents.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're absolutely
that
right.
was-
You're absolutely right. I apologize. You're absolutely right.
And I was like,
I even
wait,
thought about
that
saying
was-
it. I was like,
No. You're absolutely. You're 100% right.
I was like, wait, that woman has my mom's name.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly. I remember doing that, so it would tip you off. Okay. Yes.
Okay, cool.
You are 100% correct.
All right, thank
I
God.
apologize for the heart attack.
Blows it.
That one is free, folks.
Tony almost just blew it.
Okay. You can see Tommy says, "Get him out here now." Anybody else back there with you?
Yeah, one other worker. Why? What? We're close.
Get him out, Johnny. Get him out, and he'll
hold on,
throw you
whoa.
forward. I'm asking the questions here. I'm giving the orders. You come around here now.
Who do you work for? Hold on.
Doesn't matter. Is this guy serious? Look at him. You want to end up like him? Get around here now.
So Sam is in a closet.
Pantry. Well, Sam's
Pantry.
invisible, but he was last seen in a pantry.
All right. They see me.
The door. No, they haven't gone through the threshold. Scorn's still in the way. It seems like he's
Alright,
being
I wanna-
resistant to being moved.
I'm gonna go over to the pantry where Sam is
Okay.
and open it. See
There's
nothing.
No one's there. But you see a
yeah, but I know-
half-organized.
I know that he's in there because I saw him go in there. And I
Alphabetical
know he goes-
order. Spice
And-
cabinet.
I'll take out my movable rod and hand it to him. Say, you can use this to barricade the door if you need to. And then
Well, as I see you getting close to me, I said, I'm gonna whisper. Just put it on the floor. I don't know, like proximity. I don't want them to see you.
put it on the floor in the pantry.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just like kind of drop it like onto my foot and like kind of kick it in.
Okay.
It's like nice and sneaky.
Okay, so then, Scorn, you're being held by this Johnny guy who looks at you and says, "Do what he says, buddy."
Can
Get
I
moving.
like resist Johnny at all? Like, can I want to like force back. Like I want to just stand solid in front of the door.
To be
And,
an
Okay.
immovable wall.
yeah.
So you want to be like physically obstructing.
Right.
Alright.
I want to make it clear to these guys that like I'm not against
You just
them.
come in here.
I just want to know who they are and who they're looking for, and that's it.
Okay.
You come in here and push him around.
Right. I'll let you back here. Just explain what's going on,
You
please.
can't push Jimbo around like this,
Right. Well, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
All right. One sec.
Slipping Jimmy.
I'm
They don't
just
call me Jimbo James for nothing.
getting this
Full
Power
name
sheet
James
set up.
Isaac
One second.
Neutron.
Isaac Neutron. Okay.
Jimbo.
All right. So Sareth would be back here. I'm just getting everything set up. Sorry, one sec. I didn't expect it to happen in this shop, so hold on.
Sure you didn't.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you control everything, so.
It's true. This is true.
Jared's just like their plan's too good. I have to ruin it.
No, I'm not ruining anything. This,
Yeah, because
Can
it's
still go
impossible to
well.
ruin this amazing plan.
I told Dan this is the best plan you guys have ever come up with. I'm not going to ruin it.
Ruining it.
I am just making it harder. That is
Because
all.
it was too good of a plan.
Okay. He's here. This guy's here.
All right, guys,
Imagining him saying,
next time we go
"I'm not
into a
gonna ruin
separate
it."
channel, we go into a separate channel, discuss the plan, and just give Jared the details then that we need from him, and then he figures it out what we're doing.
Look,
Who's the chance of metagaming?
this was going to happen at some point because I had this concocted. I just didn't know where. Okay?
And
All
he
right.
just happened to choose right now, even though we just spelled the first thing.
Who knows if that's
Right.
related? Who knows?
Very convenient.
All right.
Yeah. What if the guy was trying to watch us, but he's like, "Shit, someone else is watching it. I can't see it."
He
And he's
gets
like,
a busy tone.
Sorry,
I
guys, the screwing's not working. Someone else is there already. gotta
swear
wait.
this worked yesterday. Did you pay your plan? Yes.
Fuck, I ran out of minutes.
In a minute.
I've been on hold for the past hour with customer service, guys. I don't know what you want.
Eldritch God is on the other side. Please wait.
Please hold.
Call is very important to us.
Your call is very important. All right, so this is Tarin. Can you see actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Tarin. Being pulled away by some guy. This is Johnny. And this right here is
Yeah.
the infamous Tommy Russo. So you're going to resist this, Scorn, yes?
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
I'll tell him as I'm resisting, like, I'll let you in. Just let me know who you are, who you're looking for. Like, what is going on here? I just walked in. And my strength check is that. Check or, yeah, not
Have it be
save,
a
right?
save.
No,
Save
it's
would
check.
be great.
It's contested. He actually gets a 13 total, so you beat him by 1.
Let's go.
It gets close. He kind of moves you off your back foot, but you're able to push your body forward, and you say what?
Hey, I'll let you in. Just explain to me what's going on. Who are you? Who are you looking for? Why are you here? Etc.
Amara will shout, Matthew, just let him go through. We don't want trouble.
Okay. Whatever the boss says. And I'll step aside.
Okay. Sareth.
Never told Amara that I'm Jimmy.
Well, now you're Matthew.
Here, man.
What are you doing here,
It
Sareth?
can't cease to exist. Is it my turn again?
It is your turn again.
Alright, I am going to wander my little puppy tail right under this tree. And
Okay.
I want to have a little look-see at what's going on.
All right. As soon as you get to about here, you can kind of see. Again, he's not on his tent. You can kind of see not only the rest of the camp, but there are dogs there. And as soon as they see you, they start to get visible, like disturbed and starting to bark and stuff, or about to bark. Just let me reveal this and then I'll continue talking. I can't multitask very well. Okay. But you see before you people gathered around a fire and an individual out front who looks like this. And he's writing in a ledger as people are standing and bringing things forward. As soon as you get close, you hear the dog start to growl. This one specifically it looks up at you, kind of gets up from its laying position. What do you do?
There's a stat for sniffing a butt.
That you can make animal handling.
Okay, I'll make an animal handling. Is animal handling a stat of?
I think that's charisma based.
Let me just click it so it says it because it's too long of a thing. No, I think it's wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yeah, it's wisdom. So my wisdom is +1. Oh, D20 +1.
Same thing.
Okay. The dog looks just standoffish. It doesn't look like it's going to pounce at you and like attack you, but it's on its actual like legs now, standing up, and the chain is kind of not taut, but it's getting pulled as it's kind of lurching forward, growling, showing its teeth, ears up, looking as big as possible. Right now, Ian doesn't look like he's turned his head to it, but if you get closer, this thing may go after you.
I guess I'll just move over to be like under this table.
Okay, the dog will just kind of stay up and just look at you, but it's not growling anymore. Just kind of just looking, sniffing.
I have like a good line of sight at Ian, right?
Yeah, you can see him clearly. He's writing in a ledger. That's relayed back to you amidst the chaos that's happening. All right.
Okay.
So going back here, you step aside. I think it may be worth rolling initiative here. So I'll bring up the initiative tracker.
I don't
Yeah.
have my character.
I have a hilarious idea if it comes to it.
I'll just move them out so you can, and then I'll move them back where they were.
When
You're invisible, Sam, and you're focusing, Scorn.
yeah, I when Sarah left, I did pick up the movable rod though,
5.
Okay.
and I'm back in my corner.
I know. I'll put you back. You gotta be out here to roll. So roll for me.
Yeah, we just need to like be able to click.
Oh
for
yeah,
initiative.
here I am.
I'm not out here either.
Nope.
Initiative. Nice. Nat 20,
Ooh.
baby.
What you can do with your nat 20? Not move.
Yep.
All right. So,
I'm actually going to delay my turn until the end.
all right, until the end of the round.
Yes.
So we are on right now. Top of the round. Let me get this in order. Is Tommy Russo. Tommy will say, "Come here, buddy. We're looking for somebody. You seen him?" And he'll point to Amara, who's going to hold up the poster. It is Mutton Chops.
That's what I was hoping. Let's go. Okay, sick.
You seen him? I know if you're lying. Don't lie to me. You want to end up like that guy. You seen this guy? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, I see a lot of people, but no. I mean, not that I remember.
All right, get him out of the way. He's useless. And he'll take the thing back from Amara, put it in his trench coat pocket, and start to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just kind of stop. Give a nod to his guy behind. It's his turn behind. He'll move Taran back and say, "Stay out of the way. Don't move. I'll give you another one." And he kind of nods, holding his nose. He'll move back there. That's his movement because he moved him. Then Amara goes, and she's going to run over, climb over the desk or the table thing, and just give aid to her husband. Okay, you can hear like, "Oh, honey, are you okay? Let me see. Oh, it's broken."
You know what you mean.
You know, she's there. Scorn, make a perception check.
Perceive for me scorned.
There we
Okay,
go.
you notice underneath, as she bends down, you hear a little rattle and see her pull out about maybe like a 7-inch Bowie knife.
Oh God, no!
She kind of
Not
puts it
again.
behind her and just like in her back seam, her pants, just in case. And she's
Sam
giving-
gets a really good feeling about Sarah's
Yeah.
parents. Well,
Sam-
he's like, you know, I feel like they're good people.
She
He's
cocks
like,
it back and
well,
throws it at this guy's back. No, I'm kidding. All right, Scorn, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna step aside. I mean, he asked me to, so I'm just gonna step aside, and
Don't mind the great axe.
I'll tell Tommy that there's one other woman in there. She works with me. So don't be surprised if she's in there. Like, just go in there expecting that. That's all.
See, cooperation. It makes things easier. It makes our life easy. Thank you for telling me, Matthew. Hey, Johnny, be careful. There's a chick in there, all right? And Johnny will go. 2. All right, Sareth, you immediately see a black trench coat dressed figure, dressed for night for stealth. You can see swinging out of the draping bottom of his trench coat as he moves forward. He's got a big utility belt full of all kinds of stuff, and who knows what else is on him. He's going to step forward.
Batarangs.
He's going to say, hey, we're looking for somebody. You come out here?
Oh shit! You scared the shite out of me. Sure.
Okay, it is your
What's going
turn.
on? Alright, I'll walk up to him.
I just go out there. We're going to ask you some questions, and we'll be out of your hair in a second, all right?
Sure.
All right, he'll step aside, letting you pass. Okay. Is that as far as you're going?
That's the rest of my movement, and I'll say, "What? You looking for somebody got a ledger with it?" I kind of like look at Thorn.
Wait, what'd you say?
Said what? You got like some kind of ledger on you? Looking for someone? And I'll look at Scorn.
Oh, like saying like they're looking for him?
Oh, I'm saying ledger. I'm looking at Scorn.
Oh! Scorn, do you pick up on that? Because I totally didn't.
Well, I was thinking, is that accurate though? Is it time? I feel like it's not time, but
He's telling you.
You don't know that.
Or
she's
she's
telling me
you.
it's time. Yeah, or she's telling me it's time.
I'm saying ledger.
Excuse
However,
me.
you choose to interpret that.
Yeah, all right. I hear you. I got you loud and clear.
Hey, we're looking for somebody, all right? You seen this person? He's gonna hold up mutton chops. Yes or no?
I don't believe so. Not that it comes to me mind.
We got intel. He came by here, bought something. Was hoping we'd take a look and see if he's back there. That's what we're gonna do, all right?
Any allowed to come through here and buy things. Looking delicious.
Maybe I'll get something on the way out. And I'll kind of give a smile, and you can see a gold tooth, like in the front. Typical. Now, if everybody just cooperate, we'll get out you in just no time. And that will end his turn. Sam, you're up. Or that will end your turn. You can hear most of this. I mean, they're shouting.
Okay. I don't know who they're looking for though, right?
You have no idea.
Okay. I am still staying in my corner, invisible. So how does invisibility work? Like, if I pick up the immovable rod, does that
You
become
casted
invisible?
it not holding it, so that is not invisible.
If I put it in my bag, does it get hidden by my invisible bag?
Yes, but it would take an
Yeah.
action to retrieve.
Okay, that's fine. When I picked it up off the floor earlier, I put it in my bag then, so that's where it is.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. Yeah, I'm
But
just. I'm
but
just
when
gonna
you take it back out, it will be visible.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I just want to know because I want to know whether I could
Out of
have
your
it in my
hand.
hand and it was visible, or if I had to have it hidden. That's why I wanted to clarify.
Understood. Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
So yeah, it's in my bag. So I'm just gonna stay in my. I'm gonna. I don't know. do I need to hide if I'm invisible? Can I take the hide action anyway?
If you'd like, sure. Whatever you want to do.
Hide will give them double disadvantage.
I'm gonna take the hide action, so that's like stealth with advantage, right? 'Cause
Are
I'm
you in a
invisible.
barrel?
I'm in the
Oh,
pantry.
he's in the
Right,
pantry.
you're not in the barrel. Okay.
So
yes.
whatever I could possibly hide in the pantry somewhere.
Yeah, there's room. So go ahead and roll.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. You nestle back into the far reaches. It is your turn again, top of the round. Do you want to hold again?
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy will go. He'll kind of step forward. Move here. And another one. Another one. To
Chelsea
stack.
just sent me a picture of Charlie's butthole and was like, "You're a butt," and I'm like, "That's just rude."
A bunghole.
That's
Yeah.
Your bunghole.
I got a picture of Charlie's bunghole.
Okay, Johnny will go. He's just gonna like kind of take a step back and like usher you guys back away from the door. Amara will swing around the back and she will stealthily hand you the knife. Scorn. I will roll sleight of hand.
He just slips a knife into your hand. What the fuck?
You feel, and that's natural 18. You feel in the back seam of your pants a large blade kind of in the hilt stop.
Is that a 9-inch Bowie knife in your pants, or are you just happy to see me squint?
7-inch.
7
The
inch.
blade, at
7
least.
inch
The blade.
Knife in your ass.
Okay. That will end her turn. Scorn.
I'm gonna step forward and talk to this guy right here.
This
And
is yeah, unknown at this point. That's Johnny. Sorry.
Johnny, would I know that? I heard them say
No,
Johnny.
this is Johnny. I'm sorry. This is unknown
Okay.
at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna say to that guy. I'm sorry. I
I'm gonna
really
assume
have
all
to
of you are
pee.
named Johnny.
Do you think there's any way that you could like just escort me to the bathroom or something? Like you can stand outside. I just really got to go.
Man, just
Can't
hold
watch
it.
me
We'll be out of here in like a minute. Just hold it. Well, you're 90 years old. Just hold it.
It's
Oh,
an
but sir,
emergency.
that's 10 turns.
Then piss on the floor. I don't give a shit. Just no. You're not leaving the room.
All right, that's all the best I can do.
All right, I stab him.
All right. I piss on the
Take out
floor.
the Bowie knife. I stab him.
All right. This guy goes.
Doesn't let me pee, so I stab him in the throat.
You hear
Right.
Tommy say, "All right, Johnny. Stack up. We don't know if he's in here or not." He'll kind of get on the side of the door. On my count, these are closed. The doors, obviously. All right, that will end his turn. Sereth.
I guess we don't have to worry about Sam. I'll look at my dad. Damn, what happened to your face?
He wasn't cooperating, so we put him in line, and now he's been good.
He's almost 70 and you punch an old man in the face?
Doesn't listen. Now he learned his lesson, right, old man?
I want to make a mental note of that guy.
Okay. He has a name tag. No, I'm just kidding.
Memorize his features. Burn them into your brain.
Sereth. While this has been happening, through the ears of your trusty steed and dear friend, Lugo, you hear Ian addressing everyone. All right, everyone. Step right up. And he'll kind of count. Keeps going. Next person comes up. The next person. It's nearing the end. The second to last person is currently up front. Are you doing anything?
I just want to keep an eye on the ledger.
Yeah, he's still got it out. You can see him writing in it. He's got a little quill and ink. He's kind of cataloging, looking at things in the light. He says, when you handed your stuff in, help yourself to some food. It's looking like a good haul today, everyone. Excellent work.
Do I see Curly anywhere?
Yeah, Curly is the dead last in line.
Okay.
So he's the person. There's 3 more people.
Alright, I want to take note of the interaction between Hurley and
Okay. Going back here. Move this next to it so I don't have to go so far. Nope.
And then I'll say, so you're saying this will be finished pretty soon, huh? No.
Yeah, that's the idea. Just cooperate, we'll get out of here. Keep saying it.
Bump Matthew.
Oh, you're turning to Matthew. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Sam. You hear them getting closer. You hear a body against the outer wall.
I am trusting in my invisibility.
Okay. Hasn't failed you yet. Your turn again.
I'm holding again.
Okay. So then we are up to Mr. Tommy. All right, on tree. I always wanted to say that.
A tree.
1, 2, 3. The door
No.
kicks
Tree.
open. On tree. The door kicks open. And he'll kind of step in the door frame. Hey, anybody in here? You come out now. Nobody's gonna get hurt. Playing tough, I see. He'll take a couple steps in. You hear creaking wood. He's gonna stay there, and it's going to be this guy's turn. Please, come away from the door. And he was looking at you, Sereth.
He's what?
Looking at you. Step away from the doorway. Make a path. This might get ugly.
Alright.
Hey, boss, you alright in there? Yeah, I'm fine. Just keep him out front. He's gonna take a step over here and kind of just like look. He's gonna like turn, look in the doorway this way, and look at you guys this way. Okay. Amara's not gonna do anything. Scorn.
Okay. So I'm like sort of out of view of this guy.
Yeah, you're obstructed. You're in like 3/4 cover.
Okay. I'd like to try to get like behind what was his name? Your dad's name?
Torin.
Taran. And like maybe sit on this barrel. I don't know if that's what it's meant for. But like I just want to sit on the ground under the bar and cast. I will look to Sereth for confirmation now that we have alone time. Thumbs up.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not there yet.
Then I'm just gonna sit down and.
You say not yet? Or no? Connor.
I just shake my head.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Waiting for him to be inside the tent.
Yeah, but I don't know what you're saying. So,
What were you saying, Tony? Sorry.
Then I'm just gonna sit down like I'm just trying to really hold it. I'll shake my legs a little bit.
You can see him kind of peer through the crack. Can't really see you, but no funny business. And I'll kind of look back in the room. Okay, Johnny will go.
Hopefully just a few more minutes, right?
Less than a minute. Looks like they're in the back. Just sit tight, okay? Stop asking questions. You're starting to annoy the shit out of me. We'll be out of here soon.
Well, he's about to piss himself.
He's a grown man. He can deal with it. All right. They're gonna.
Nervous peer. You can't help it.
You hear Tommy say, "Johnny, post up there. Check the back corner." All right, boss. And he'll swing forward. Kind of take a step in. All his movement. Make a perception check.
I'm doing that like mirror movement to like, if they reach out, I like dodge it.
Nobody's here, boss. False alarm. This fucking guy. All right, let's go. At this point, unless you are trying to have combat, I think I can end initiative.
Yeah.
I punch
Yeah.
him. No, I'm just kidding.
They're gonna head out.
Sam throws a dagger.
I throw a dagger at him.
He's gonna turn. He's gonna say to Amara, "Sorry for the old man." He's gonna throw a little sack of coins. You want more of that? Contact me if you see the guy. Here's my card, and he'll slide over the same card he gave you guys, just down the street. And he'll kind of look at all of you. You see him? You let me know. The name's Tommy Russo. There's some
What
money
did he
in
do?
it. You don't need to concern yourself with that.
Well, should we be worried if he steps in again?
Yes,
Dangerous.
you should contact me immediately, and I'll handle the problem. He's nonviolent towards your type, but not a good guy, all right? Better off the streets. Do you think I could trouble you for some cupcakes for the road?
You let me use the bathroom.
Amara says, of course, of course. She's gonna make him a box of cupcakes. Dude, go pee. I don't give a shit.
How do you spell Russo?
R-U-S-S-O.
I don't have to pee anymore.
Ah,
I peed inside myself.
I've internalized it.
I've been
What's wrong with him? Inside himself.
All right, Sereth. Where did I drag you?
Oh, back at school.
Um,
Yeah, back at school.
You guys are here. All right. It's about to be Curly's time. You can see Curly has a pretty light haul, but Ian's about to talk to Curly about the next day's targets, which is what he usually does. He's going to start saying, all right, Curly, hand me the list. Curly will give him the list. All right. Tomorrow's list. And he'll start reading off of businesses. None of them sound like businesses near the Temple of Helm. In fact, they seem to be more along the lines of businesses in this area. He's starting to read it. The ledger has been closed but not put away. The box is being made of cupcakes. What are you guys doing? They're all still kind of here chilling. This guy kind of
gonna go
moves
to the
towards the
bathroom.
front door. Are you going out the back?
Well, I don't know where the bathroom is, but I want to.
The employee bathroom is towards the back.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll go towards the back too. And like, back to like what I was doing.
Okay. You can move your character. And sorry for the intrusion, alright? We got a job to do. Deal with a lot of people. We got good intel. This guy was here. We came and checked. Like I said, you cooperated. I appreciate it.
Tommy
Sorry
Russo's
to-
such a fucking dick.
Glad
Sorry to hit you again, but you kind of earned it. Anyway, thanks for the cupcakes.
You're kind of being a prick.
I'm being a fucking asshole.
All right, guys, let's roll out. Remember, you want some more money? Give me a ring. I was gonna say. Just
Give me a knock.
Pigeon.
let me know, and I'll come by and I'll deal with the problem. You got any tips? Anything? I'll leave this here, and he'll leave like the thing on the table.
Send me a carrier pigeon.
Hope you have a better night. I'll just leave. Finally. Okay. Silence. You can hear the jingle. Doors locked again. You can hear Tarn kind of wincing. And she's like, let me look. But you seem to be
Sareth,
alone.
what's the word?
So he's just finishing up
Mutton chops
taking
is the
inventory
word.
right now. And still has the ledger in his hand. He's still standing outside his tent.
All right. As soon as he puts that away, or as soon as he goes into his tent, let me know and go check on your parents, because your dad got pretty beat up.
Yeah, I'll go back out and show my dad's face.
Okay.
Like 5 points.
Okay. 5 points. That's full health.
Damn, let's go with 5 points.
Okay. So he's just about finished. He's going to turn. All right, everyone. Enjoy the meal. You've earned it. Great collection today. best this week. You keep it up like this, next week I'll get some fish. And he'll turn and go into his tent, and he'll say, and the dogs will kind of stand right out front.
Where was the ledger when he went into his tent?
He has it in his hand.
Okay, I'll tell Scorn now.
Doing it.
Where do you place the orb?
Center of the tent. Is it a 360 view, or do I have to pick a field of view? Like, am I standing there, or am I like a rotating thing?
Are you choosing to view? Like, you look, see, not here?
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm choosing to see. And
Okay.
my question is, like, do I get a 360
No, it is
view of wherever
stationary.
I put it?
It is stationary.
Oh. So then I guess I'll put it in like this corner, looking
Okay.
out onto the rest of the
Is
tent.
it up or high or low?
Yeah, like a security thing.
Okay.
Like looking. Yeah.
All right, so you can see most of the, like, you can see all of the interior of the tent, but some things are blocked. Like, there's a cot there and maybe some crates, and you can't see, behind those necessarily, but you can see a good amount for sure. All right, make a perception check. Do you get advantage on that with this thing?
I have no idea.
I think it's just you're looking through it, so it's like your stats. So I don't think this would be advantage.
Okay.
Oh, apparently you can use an action to just switch between seeing and hearing.
Yes, you can. That is correct.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I missed that line. Cool. All right. Perception.
Nice.
Okay, nice. So
Nice.
using this CTV, you zoom in,
Enhance.
enhance, it
Orange
pans. You see him take the ledger. He utters something that you can't hear. The ledger turns into a red, looks like a standard kind of like prayer book for Helm, and he puts it in a like a little cubby he has full of other random assortment of books. And then, before he turns to leave, go out of the tent, he turns back. It looks like he says something else, and then leaves for good, potentially.
Okay.
Okay, assessing your father's injury, he has a broken nose for sure. But you kind of heal it back. It's definitely bruised regardless of the healing. He feels better. But he looks a little bit more shocked than anything. He just got clocked pretty hard by brass knuckles as like a 70-year-old
That
man.
punch like champ, Dad.
The fuck are those guys? Sorry, honey, for my language. Do you know them?
Yeah. Those are some bad people.
Who's the guy they're looking for?
He's a guy that we've seen before, but he's also looking for us.
What?
He's a bad guy.
Honey, gotta be careful who you... And Amara grabs his hand, kind of like saying, don't lecture her. She's like 50. I need to lay down. He's gonna kind of like, she is gonna lead him over to like one of the tables, and he's just kind of like lay him flat. She's gonna turn to you, Sareth. Thanks, honey. Just be careful.
I will.
All right, dear, I know. And she's gonna come back and kind of ice it. All right, what are you guys doing?
Sam is hiding in the closet still. He doesn't know if it's safe to come out.
Yeah, Sam has no idea.
True.
If unless I'm disturbed, I want to watch for the full 10 minutes just in case, God forbid, he moves it or something.
Okay. For the full 10 minutes, he doesn't even go back in his tent.
Okay, great. But then I wouldn't I still would be sitting here. So
Yep.
I guess I'll go.
I'll wake the bird.
Yeah.
I'll poke the bird in its nest.
I'll go in the back up. Squaw!
And I'll be like, oh, I know exactly what that means, and I'll let my visibility go down. I'll be like, safe to come out.
You're good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hand Sareth back the immovable rod. I'll be like, thank you for this. I'm glad I didn't want to lock the door. That might seem more suspicious, but it
Just
was a good thought.
You might need it for something, but I have it for.
This is the back door, by the way, where you came in, just so you know.
Alrighty.
You hear outside the back door, it's closed, but you hear like a yah.
Ah,
Someone,
Yeah. What does that mean?
someone might have just stolen our cart. I'm dead serious though. That's for
You
like
gonna
getting
check?
horses going. I mean, I can't check. You can go check.
I'll put this on because you're still being
I'll go
watched.
check.
Go open the door. I'll stand out of the doorway.
Looking out, your cart is still there. The horse is still there. But there is a drunk guy who's facing backwards, not even towards the horse. And he's kind of like trying to give like commands. And the horse isn't moving.
Do I recognize this guy?
Nah, just a drunk random guy.
Alright. I'll shout out to him like, "Hey, get off of there! You're gonna hurt yourself."
And he's like, you can see he's drinking like some sort of hard liquor of some kind. This is fun.
It's fun till you fall and break your jaw.
I
You
think,
can't drink so much, can ya?
and he chucks, he up chucks, hurls into the back of the cart. Ugh. And he kind of stumbles down, falls, throws up against the wall again, and just kind of stumbles away.
That sucks for anyone that has to be back there.
You hear, psst. Hey.
I hear it outside.
Yep.
Alright. I'll look out. Like,
You can see ducking behind the opposite side of the cart behind a wheel is mutton chops. Hey,
what are you doing out here?
do you mind if I come in?
Why are you here?
I'm in a little bit of a pinch. I have gold. I can pay you off.
I might just come in quickly.
Thank you so much. Kind of put his hood up, run forward through the door. He literally sprints, full sprints through the door. Oh my god. He's like resting up against this. Throws back his hood. You can see his face is kind of dirtied. There's a little scratch on his cheek. He's bleeding a little.
I close the door and I yell out, "Matthew! Back here!"
Oh, no. He kind of looks
And
at
I'll-
the door.
Head back. Oh,
I come in peace. Just looking for a little
Okay.
place to lie low for a couple minutes. Catch my breath.
Found our friend Mutton
what
Chop.
should I tell?
They don't need to know I'm here. I'm going to leave soon. I promise.
Okay.
Why are the Russos haunting ya?
You know the Russos? They came by?
Oh, bloody right they came by.
Fuck.
Yeah, they told us to let them know if we saw you.
He's going to start rummaging through like the pantry here and just start eating things or taking things. to
Whoa,
eat.
whoa, 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 whoa! Those aren't for free.
He'll throw on the ground like a big sack of coins. I just need some stuff. I got to get out of here. You didn't see me. You don't know me.
Oh,
I
slow
was never
down.
here.
Slow down. We're not necessarily going to contact our friend Mr. Russo. We just want some answers.
You're friends with that
Right.
fucker?
I was being sarcastic. He just came up here and bloodied one of the owners and threatened all of us, so we're not too fond of him.
Well, you're lucky you
You're
escaped
gonna-
with that.
You're gonna tell me, boy, they're after you. This isn't the first time that we've covered for you. Might not know it. We've helped you out in the past. You better start giving us some information. Wanna roll up? Would
Wait,
it be persuasion or intimidation?
what do you want?
I guess persuasion.
He kind of looks his face like, wait, you drove the cart?
Ah, so you're not as stupid as you look.
He kind of looks around, just making sure the coast is kind of clear. Do you mind just standing in front of the door, just in case?
Yeah, I'll get this one.
Yeah. I'll go to the back door and like slide it, lock.
All right, I'm looking for At this point, he looks over and sees Sam.
Wait for him to notice me. I'm just kind of
Standing
like,
in the corner just quietly.
I'm like, if I don't move,
Wait a
you
second.
can't see me.
His vision is based on movement.
5 foot lady. Oh my god. I found you. Okay. There's a lot you don't know. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but I have it on good authority. You're being played. Yes, I know who you are. I know. Sam. Sereth. Arthas?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Sure.
Where's the... Okay. Where do I start?
Where's the goblin?
Why the
Where's the
Russos are after me. They're hired by somebody. I can't figure out who, but I got really fucking close. They want me dead, obviously. That wasn't abundantly clear. Because I know something. Something that I think could end the war. Kern is dead. He's been dead.
Kern is dead.
He was assassinated by one of his own.
As a conspiracy theorist.
Where's the
I'm
dude?
not a conspiracy. I know he's dead. I know he's dead. I can't tell you how. Look, I have no reason to lie to you. I've been trying to fucking find you for the past month.
Well, I'm glad that we've at least been more hidden.
Yeah, damn.
Oh, if you're looking for, why would you be looking for us? This information. What makes us so special that you want to?
You're being played.
By whom?
I don't know the person. I just know a pseudonym. White Raven.
Okay.
That's all I know.
And how do you know they are playing us?
All right. I used to work for an organization called the Cobalt Soul. Underground network, kind of like spies, let's call them. You may also know us as... Let me pull up in my notes. 1 second.
What notes? You've been taking notes on us?
Let me see those notes. Burn these.
Sorry, 1 sec. Okay. You may also know us as the Azur Quill. It's another
Okay.
name. We are an elite group of spies sent here for purposes I'm not at liberty to tell you. But we have a vested interest in the outcome of this war, specifically the South losing. And I have it on good authority through reconnaissance. Kern is dead. He was killed by one of his Death Riders. Political play. Typical goblin clans are always at war internally, and while Kern was the first one to unite them, it seems someone had another plan in mind. Now, that doesn't solve the problem of the war itself, but I think we can use it to pin the other goblin clans on each other. This new guy, who I also have in the notes, Ulruk, the Wrecker, they call him, has reunited the clans under him. And with the recent news of Kern's death, hasn't made it out to the other clans. Nevertheless, he is operating as Kern and has been for the past month, sending official letters with his signature and ruling the clans from afar. People are starting to question it. They know something's up. Kern hasn't been seen on the battlefield in months. Or not months, weeks. Now, as for this White Raven lady, she claims to be part of some broader organization fighting for the North. And I can't confirm this, but there is a paper trail that kind of points back to a White Raven working for the Clasp. She's being paid off, or they're being paid off He wouldn't say she. They're being paid off a substantial sum and are, in fact, using counterintelligence gathered from the north to feed to the south. But they don't know Kern is dead.
Do you have any, like, proof besides your word?
Yeah, you have to realize that you sound insane, and we have no reason to believe you.
I don't have any proof, no. But I've been trying to find you to help me get the proof we need.
And why does Tommy want you dead?
Probably worked for the clasp, and they figured out I know something. Which means they probably know that Kern's dead. Maybe they even fucking ordered it. I don't know. Look, point is, if he's after me, somebody's after you.
Oh, well, we've known that for
Yeah,
a
we
long time.
are aware.
Someone's been after us for months.
Someone's been after us for years.
Hey, that's not new.
Mutton chops. You ever get the feeling that you're being watched?
I have before. Hasn't happened in a while.
Did you ever find out what that was?
The cause of that was?
No idea. By the way, the name's Nasir.
Seer, okay. Can you tell us anything about this organization that you claim to work for?
Told you more than
Or-
I probably should have already to gain your trust. You can't
I mean,
ever mutter those words ever.
well, listen, look, I'm a member of the Gryffindor clan. You know, it's a secret organization you've never
Look,
heard of either.
Somebody's after me. You seen him. You seen the caliber of him. He ain't your everyday. This guy's methodical. He's good. He's expensive. Can you think of
All right.
another reason they'd be after me? Who has that kind of resources?
I can think of a bunch of reasons they would be after
there-
you.
Many-
You said that there is proof out there that you need our help to obtain. What proof is that?
I have reason to believe Kern's body is here.
I mean,
And they're-
here.
And how would Uruk have gotten it here?
Who knows? Maybe he's working with the clasp. Like I said, I don't know all of this. I need your help. I have a hunch that he's here. I heard there's some kind of weird magic thing, research project they're doing, and maybe he's part of it. His body is part of it.
That would be a reason to go to the Temple of Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Temple, that's where it is, maybe. I don't know. Look, if I was full of shit, how would I know this information? Okay? Ask yourself that.
So what do you suggest we do about this right now?
Are you are you involved with this White Raven?
We are involved with a White Raven, but there is more than one that goes by that
Fuck.
title. Although I think I have an idea of who it might be. There is only one in the city at the moment, I will say that we
Okay.
know of.
Well, you need to make sure you do things business as usual. Nobody knows. But while you're on these missions or whatever the fuck they have you do, keep an eye out. Things might be weird. I don't know.
And they might make sense if we apply your theory, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, and if we come to agree with you and want to seek you out, what should we do?
Here.
Where can we find you?
He'll hand you like a little tag sort of thing. Similar to, I think Sam might have something similar.
Actually, I think I do. Hold on, let me look at my inventory. Give me like 2 minutes. It's a long inventory.
You use this.
Uh,
If I'm within the city walls, it'll surely work. You'll know where I am at all times. This is a token of trust. If I was lying through my teeth, I wouldn't give you this. You're being played.
And lastly, I guess maybe I already know the answer to this, but how do you know who we are and like what we've been doing and all of that? Is that your organization at work?
Let's say we know a lot.
Okay.
And if I know, other people know. Just a matter of time before they find you. And let me
I
tell
don't
you,
know.
you think Tommy Russo is bad. What they'll send after for you, you don't want to know.
I don't know if I have the tag anymore. I have a magic amulet, but I don't think that's it, right?
I'm sorry, I don't have answers for you. But you need to
Alright,
know.
well, stay alive then, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm good at that, luckily. Be careful. Really think about what you're doing and who you're doing it for. If you trust the person you work for, I trust you too.
Let's see.
By the way, the way you spell his organization.
Added an extra. Added the E at the end.
And an L.
Oh yeah. I did.
All right. I think I got everything I need. I'm gonna head out. Okay?
Do you need? I have a day's worth of rations of food if you want it.
Yeah, actually, here, take this bread too. Give him the extra bread that I have.
They put it in his bag.
This
All right.
Motherfucking bread.
If you need me, you know where to find me. Good luck. And he'll put his hood up, take a look out the door, rush past you, and disappear into the darkness. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Christ.
Alrighty. What a nice buttload of information right there.
Yeah. Maybe.
Lots to